As the room fill up, be sure to smash upon the like button, join the notification swat up, let me know where you're from, all of those good things. The name is Law Nation. Cowboys acquired veteran wide receiver Brandin Cooks. Come on, let's talk about it. Yo. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Life like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Come on. As the room fill up, be a part of the notification swat up. Shout out to the Law Gang. Let's get it. Let me know how you feel about the trade on the Facebook community. And be sure to know this. Sharing is caring. So share this all over the globe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up? How y'all feeling? All right. Okay. Are you satisfied? Cowboy Nation? Cooks, he's not a one-trick pony. He may appears to be a guy that can only take the top off the defense, but he's a guy with knowledge of the field. Before this past year, he had 6 consecutive years of 1,000 yards, right? Regardless of the kind and caliber of quarterback throwing him the ball. He figured out a way to get those kinds and calibers of plays. They're making moves before we can get to church. This from Thaddeus. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, the service will be over here on Law Nation Channel 4 today, right? All right, so, and it's throwing off the circadian rhythm. You know, normally the Cowboys would make moves on that Friday, but they probably heard when I say, hey, man, them boys need to burn. Them boys need to work. Them boys need to get out of their comfortable beds. And they're like, I got something for Law now. He can never say that again. Yes, indeed. So normally how this works, they probably finished and finalized the deal on Saturday, late Saturday, and then the news just released this morning. Shout out, kudos, and credence to someone who reached out to me last week and said, hey, he's coming to Dallas. People that's close to me know about the situation. They are friends and family of the show or what have you, and he's coming to Dallas. And I was like, yeah, whatever, But he's here, and that person is right. And they was on my Instagram, and that tagged me, so I give them credit down the line. But they're right. The Cowboys tend to work those things out and get us all on the fence with everything. Do this mean that the Cowboys stop evaluating wide receivers? It should be no. It's Mr. Nasty time, because get nasty for Cowboys. Appreciate you, Jason. Appreciate you so much, man, for your love and adulations. Thank you. So with that being said, man, I know you guys want the
truth. You can't handle the truth.
The Cowboys, they wanted a deal that they say that they can win, right? That's what they said. They want a deal that, hey, we believe we can find a deal that we can win. Now, in this deal, Brandin Cooks, he had a $26 million cap hit for the 2023 season. And when you are in trades, you can make concessions, meaning that you can have one party to say, okay, I take that note, I take that tab. You can split it, right? You can split the tab. You can say, all right, well, It's your player. You want me to take him off of you, but look, let's go Dutch. You could do it that way. And the Cowboys, when you look at it and comb through it with a fine-tooth comb, D-Law, Dak Prescott, both are hitting $26 million on cap, right? D-Law, you can still work his deal out a little bit. You already stretched out Dak Prescott, by the way. But let me know how y'all feel about paying Brandin Cooks $26 million. Let me know in the chat. Let me know if that's something that you would prefer to pay Brandin Cooks $26 million. Look at his last 6 years. He had literally 1,000 yards, right? Outside of last year, we're going to break that down. So what happened here, I think, in my opinion, they already said that they want to get rid of him. They already said that he no longer likes to play for them. And what the Cowboys ultimately did, according to the information provided, that they said, all right, we will pay $20 million of the deal. And the Texans, all they had to pay was $6 million. They get fifth-round draft pick this season, and I think next year they get the sixth-round draft pick. I think the Texans beat us in that deal. I think they did. Although we get a guy that's dynamic, he's 29 years of age, he's younger. He is younger than T.Y. Hilton, and he's been around on the field. I think that the Texans beat us in that. Let me know how y'all feel. You know what I mean? Let me know how you guys feel. I'm not being negative about it at all. I'm just saying I'm calling out a spade is spade. So we paying him for $20 million. And now what we are looking at is Brandin Cooks better than Amari Cooper, because that is what we were paying Amari Cooper, $20 million. So I want to let you guys know who had, if you want to look at it from this perspective, Brandin Cooks, I know he got hurt or what have you. Last season he had 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns, 699 yards. Who had better stats last season? Brandin Cooks or DeAndre Hopkins? You know what I mean? Let me know. The trade was good for us. I'm not saying that the trade wasn't, but the money ain't. No. Where you getting those numbers from? I got the numbers right here. It says from David Moore, Cooks was scheduled to pay base salary of $18 million, a cap hit of $26.4 million. That is reluctant to absorb those numbers. He reported that the Texans paid $6 million, guaranteed to complete this deal. Doubt it would have happened otherwise. So, all right, so if you even taking 18 minus 6, yes, they will give you that 12, but his cap hit was 26.4. So even if you're paying Brandin Cooks $12 million, is that still a great deal? Because as I look back at it, $12 million, would that have been better to offer, dare I say? Because he said that he was willing to renegotiate his contract. And I'm talking about DeAndre Hopkins. This should not stop anything as it relates for the Cowboys being aggressive in the free agency. Remember, this is not a free agent deal. This is a trade. This still should take a real good look at after the draft to continue to go through your evaluations. And this shouldn't stop any of your deals or any of your moves as it relates to, hear me out, ladies and gentlemen, the draft. D-Hop is not coming down. And if D-Hop is not coming down to 19 to 12 million, you pay for what you get. Is D-Hop a better receiver than Brandin Cooks, yes or no? Is D-Hop better receiver? You paying for what you get, yes or no? You pay for exactly what you get. I'm not dogging the dude. He is clearly better than y'all said with me, James Washington, right? He's better than James Washington. But what I'm saying is, last season, of course, according to the information, DeAndre Hopkins, with less targets, well, right around the same targets, had more production. You know, so that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm painting. So do we need a guy that can take the top off? Yes. Can Brandin Cooks still take the top off? Maybe. He's a solid number wide receiver. Shout out to y'all. So I'm just trying to tell you guys, and I'm not boo-booing on Brandin Cooks because I know how people are on trade days. You know, we will feel like, hey, he gonna come in and he gonna be Tyreek Hill for us, right? Yeah, he gonna be Tyreek Hill. Yes, indeed. I feel you, fam. We don't wipe those 304s. Yes, indeed. He's better than James. Washington. Yes, indeed, baby. All right, so I think that a lot of people getting confused with what they make a year and what cap hits are. You know what I'm saying? Just like when people got confused with, hear me out, Dak Prescott make a year versus his cap hit. Oh, we can't afford a $40 million quarterback. For $40 million, he should be doing X, Y, and Z. And he never counted $40 million against the cap in one setting, right? So I feel with what y'all saying. So, all right, I retract. $12 million. That's still too much for Brandin Cooks. That's still too much. $12 million is still too much. And you give up a draft pick for a fifth and next year's sixth. Still too much. I would prefer to have DeAndre Hopkins. But neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. Shout out to him. For the last 6 years, before last season, he had 1,000 yards, right? But neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. The Dallas Cowboys, in my opinion, should still target DeAndre Hopkins. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think that when you look back at everything and you take off the name of the player and look at what they do for the team, you will clearly see, okay, all right, with this kind of caliber of player, you can get that. With a player that can take the top off the defense, can hit you a little bit, you could have did that with, hear me out, with Kevontae Turpin. Bring back T.Y. Hilton. Cooks fits what Dallas needs in Dallas. Yeah. Can't get Yes, indeed. Appreciate y'all. You got to figure that out. He restructured his deal Saturday. Yeah. OBJ want 18 to 12 million. Nah, that's too high for him. Y'all hating on Brandin Cooks? No, we're not. We're going over the details of Brandin Cooks. There's difference between, all right, put it like this. When y'all come to this show, I'm giving y'all objective analysis. I can't give y'all the analysis that you guys want us to say, whereas this dude finna come over here and he finna have 2,000 yards, y'all, and it's finna be a piece of cake. And he's not going to bring in all of those other things. There's a clear, finite reason why you look on Brandin Cooks' resume and you can see that he played for the Saints. You can see that he played for the Patriots. You can see that he played for the Texans. You can see that he played for multiple teams. There's a clear, finite reasons why that you can look back and see that this man played for multiple teams. And when you're great, you don't get a chance in a situation to play for multiple teams. That's what I'm saying. But if you want me to sell y'all some la-las and sweet lullabies, then you got to go to another channel. I'm telling you guys what it is, and that's just what it is. But is it a good move? Is he better than James Washington? Yes. Yes, he's better than James Washington. You know what I'm saying? So just like I said, just like what I said last year when we drafted Jalen Tolbert, not a single one of you guys were agreeing with me when I said, man, this kid going to have to go through some growing pains. Yeah, he runs a 4.40. Yeah, but, yeah, it was at South Alabama. Now he finna go against real players. You know, that's a whole different setup. That's a whole different setup. Cody, yeah, I appreciate you there. You restructured his contract on Saturday. Yes. I think we just talked about that just a few seconds ago. Appreciate you for your support. Yeah, so that's just what it is. But at the end of the day, just like I said, when you even look at the numbers for the running back, hello, anybody can fill in those shoes for Ezekiel Elliott. Well, when life hits you fast, you're going to have to really figure that out real quickly, because we was talking about this the other day, even in the conversational pool of Emmitt Smith, for what he said about the whole deal. Now, granted, I said this too. With even Ezekiel Elliott, it's better for the Cowboys to release him now, so that on the Cowboys end, so that he can test the market, go out there, see what he's eligible for to get out there on the streets. And if he can't come up with a number, he may come back with the Cowboys with his hat in his hand saying, you know what, hey, man, my price was too high. The same could be said with Dalton Schultz. Not a person would see. Here's how law truth be working, and nobody want to hear it.
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
When I said last season, hey man, Dalton Schultz, man, hey, we like what he was able to bring to the table, but man, hey, I'm not seeing 11 million. And all of y'all like, hey, dog, you know, well, not all of y'all, some of y'all, like, nah, man, he deserved to get that. He deserved to get that. Now, on the streets, on the open market, he can't find a deal. Now, where's that $11 million worth for him? He can't even find a deal. That's 10. That's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Four. You know what I'm saying? But I was wrong all year long. But now I'm right. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody saying, hey, Law, you know what? You were right about Schultz, dog. He can't even find a deal. He's gonna have to come back with his hat in his hand saying, you know what? Hey, Cowboys, I was smelling myself. How about you guys sign me for a full $3 million? You know what I'm saying? I'll play for y'all now for $3 million. But I was wrong all year. I would rather laugh out loud. Yeah, y'all love Brandin Cooks. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We got Cooks for a 5th and a 6th. Yeah. Shout out to Knight. Yeah. Breaking news from him. You know, hey, let me do this right quick. Breaking news from Knight. You know what I'm saying? We got Brandin Cooks for a 5th and a 6th draft pick. Y'all know that? Do y'all know that? Man, do y'all know that we got him for a 5th and a 6th? Shout out to him or her, you know. You know what I mean? Shout out to them, man. I didn't know. I promise you I didn't know. I can't see the same as Cobb. Hit that like. Yeah. I can see the same as the Cobb deal. Yeah, that's the one thing that we can say over here in Dallas land. You're a wide receiver. You come here outside of what James did last season. You come here from the whether it be trade or pickup, you do kind of research yourself. We can say that from T.Y. Hilton a little bit, but I think it was just so late in the season that you can't really see it. But you can say with Randall Cobb, you can say a little bit of Allen Hurns. He showed up a little bit, and who else? When they come here just for that spell. You can look at what Cedric Wilson did last season, right? Even though he was homegrown, Cedric Wilson disappeared in Miami land, but he was great third option for us in the Dallas Cowboys uniform. People kill me thinking that it's just easy to replace Zeke. They thought that he had the same thing as Joseph Randle took over from DeMarco Murray, and how did that turn out? Yeah, To be fair, I truly believe that this particular staff is more prepared then the Garrett administration staff. And I think at this point I'm going to lean on Will McClay to find us that Zeke guy to fill in. But you better find that guy. You can't roll into the 2023 season with Tony Pollard and Malik Davis. You can't. You can't. You flat out can't. All right. Let me pull up the comments right quick. Y'all bear with me. Let me pull this up. My circadian rhythm is still off. You know. That was my notes right here. And then these DeAndre Hopkins. Same stuff. All right. So when we look at this, let's see what else they got as far as the news that I kind of retweeted. Get off the face. Get off the face, dog. Get off the face. Here we go. Boom. All right. So and I got to go to my guy, John Machota. He always have it right here. Hold on. Bear with me, y'all. Here we go. John Machota. See what he's saying about the deal. Cowboys for the Texans, Brandin Cooks per sources. He had filled the roster hole. All right. And da-da-da-da-da. Okay. The finalized deal is from Aaron Wilson. Finalized trade Brandin Cooks to the Cowboys for a fifth and a sixth. Okay, so that's what they're saying. And D-Hop price tag just got lower. But damn, I feel y'all. All right. We shall soon see a very good pickup. Go after Hopkins. Yeah. Here's what the Cowboys should do. And here's what they're going to do. I think, and this is just my opinion, we can say who they should go after, right? But here's what I got. The same person that hit me up on the IG stated that, hey, Brandin Cooks and DeAndre Hopkins are working out together. And on top of that, I think that they probably had some communications. Now, I'm not trying to say that next week or when the Cards finally release DeAndre Hopkins that he's going to fly right over here to Dallas. I don't know. And we never know. We would never know how the Cowboys operate and run their procedures. But I can tell you right now that when you have a unique situation like this and you got a gang full of young guys, something got to give. You got to, one of the things that the Cowboys do, we hold on to players so long we can't get nothing out in return. Hear me out. Something got to give if you go into the 2023 season with CeeDee Lamb, Brandin Cooks, Michael Gallup, Jalen Tolbert, Simi Fehoko, Dennis Houston, whoever else on that wide receiver room, Brandon Smith, right? So now you got all of those guys on your wide receiver room. And if you want a DeAndre Hopkins, you got to trade some more bodies. You can't just cut them. Out of that groupings, who would you trade in order to bring in a DeAndre Hopkins? Because now Cole said he would trade Gallup for D-Hop. Now, I wouldn't give up. If you're going to do that, then you shouldn't have to give up that second-round draft pick. You shouldn't have to. And this why I would say this, too. If the Cowboys are in love, we love our guys with Michael Gallup. Before y'all say, man, this is some bullshit talk right here. Let me leave. Let me go home and go on to church, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but before y'all say that, you know what I mean? Before y'all let me go to church and go ahead and sing. He woke me up this morning, started me on my way. Oh, the Lord didn't let me sleep too late. Come on. Right now, oh, right now. Come on, y'all. Before y'all get to church, let me say this. You're going to have to give up a little, right? You know what I'm saying? So that you can start maneuvering some of that player asset side skills over to the other side of the room. The other side of the room is the defensive side. Because in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, the Cowboys need to get one spot on a defensive tackle. And there should be a team that's out there needing a wide receiver that got a good defensive tackle, that you can parlay these picks together. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would look at it from a perspective, Cowboy Nation, if you want to bring in a DeAndre Hopkins. But here's the truth. The Cowboys, they love their guys, so at this point, I don't think that they would trade player. They'll trade a pick because you can't see the pick, but they'll trade a pick, but they would not trade a player. You know what I'm saying? All right, K-Dub says, what's up, man? He says, hey, Law, do you think the Cards would release DeAndre Hopkins since they might not want to pay him? And that is what I was trying to allude to. Because you will have an oversaturated position now. You got too many wide receivers. What, you gonna go 6 wide, 5 wide? You can't even go 6 wide, but they probably figure it out. But I would tell you guys this, and I appreciate you, K-Dub. That's why I say DeAndre Hopkins may be out of the picture, even though he will be right in, and our team will get older. Our team will flat out get older. But if your team is older, that means they're wiser in some departments, right? And there's a major difference between someone who played the game, that know the game. There's a major difference. So you bring that to the room, and you may get a better outcome. Just saying. Because it's been failing on us when we only lean on our younger guys, right? But most of you guys will say great pickup, which I agree is not a horrid pickup, right? It's not a horrid pickup. Or what if I told you that the Texans, they were probably gonna release Brandin Cooks? You know what I'm saying? But it could be what it is, y'all. All right, we is what we're missing out on a 5th or 6th round draft pick for the next following year. So all right, all right, yeah, all right. We got another breaking news, man. Gamer and baller, we got Brandin Cooks, man. Oh my gosh, breaking news, baby. I'm just messing with you, man. Now let's go get Bobby Wags, and we are in business. I do truly believe. I truly believe that will be a slam dunk for us there. And if we Razor _ Ramon, that would be slam dunk for us, man. I would love to see this defense be elite versus being great. What's up, Law? Do we know Cook's contract details? According to the people, because it haven't updated on Spot Rack, and I was off earlier. I said, shoot, that's $20 million, but Cody reminded me that he restructured his contract on Saturday, so that $20 million, it was really $18 million. So now take $6 million away from that, and that would leave you 18 minus 6 for those who are out there. It's not 20, right? You know what I'm saying? So I offer my numbers, and it was $12 million. So we are paying $12 million. Now they can go in and hear me out before this season kick off, or they can go in and extend Brandin Cooks' contract and end up only paying him $3 to $4 million, extend his contract with a Cowboys bow tie on it, and they can ultimately win from there. You can manipulate the contract, put $7 million as bonus, and then extend the rest of that, because that's what the Cleveland Browns done, right? They took Amari Cooper's contract. The Cowboys paid a portions of it. They paid it, and then they extended Amari Cooper, and he only counted $4 million last season. So can the Cowboys take that $12 million and extend it, and the Cowboys end up only paying $3 to $4 million out of that? Yeah, you can always work and stretch out the contract. So that's just how that goes. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I'm against the franchise tag, because the tag is the tag. You can't extend it. You can't manipulate it. You can't do anything to it but just sit there and look at it and let it count $10 million against the book. So that's just how it goes. Gilbert says nothing. He says $199 for your mind. All right, so that's just what it is. Yeah, that's how that goes. Yeah. Why they being so cheap? Well, here's my guy Sean D, man. Let me see what you got. What do you see what you say over here? I'm worried about, no, this is my guy Stephen White. I'm worried about Cooks being a team player, but for 2 years, and he is talented. Okay, I'm worried about Cooks being a team player, but for 2 years, and he is talented. Break it down a little bit more, my dog. Just break it down a little bit more. Cooks is 5'10". Yeah, I mean, can he catch the ball, man? That's all I want, man. When the ball hit him in the phalanges, can he come down with it? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying? All right, Lamb, Cooks, and move Gallup back to 3. That's a great move. This is from Dow Cow 1101. Yes. This move actually helps 3 layers. And let me break this down. The impact of Cooks, and I'm move on from DeAndre Hopkins. I already talked to you guys about that. But the impact of Cooks now allow roles to be solidified. One being, I've seen Cooks line up on the outside and the inside, so that's versatility. 2 being, we know that CeeDee Lamb, you can line him up like a chess piece on the outside and inside, so that helps him. 3 being, it takes the pressure and the rush of Michael Gallup off the table. So on deep overs, drags, you can give that to Cooks now. Working the inside with two-way goals, you can give that to CeeDee Lamb. And your X spot on the field, you can literally say, Gallup, you'll be that X guy. You'll be only on this side of the field. We want you to run nines, post. You make a run of skinny post here and there. We're not going to have you on your leg, on your knee, running any hitches, comebacks. I don't want you to run it because that can buckle. People that's coming off of those type of surgeries, you overcompensate. Maybe you use your post leg, and for those who don't know, that's the opposite leg to make your jab step. Now he don't have to worry about that. He can be that guy that can still use his body, sidelines, fade balls. That can be Gallup now. And Gallup will literally be your slant guy. Look back at the Bucs game. Gallup can run deep routes. Gallup can run deep routes, believe it or not. Your stutter goes, he can do that. But you don't want him running on that leg hitches, right? your comebacks, your hook routes, your button hooks. You don't want him to stop his progression and flip his body weight and his core back to you, right? You want to make it easier fade, a 9. You see what I'm saying? Flag, you can give him a flag route. You know, you can do those type of things out of that tree. But some of the routes on the tree he just can't do. I honestly just happy that the front office is attempting to make the team better. Seems like they're actually going all in to win. You know, that's what my guy said. Come on, man.
Damn.
Let's go. We trying to win, baby. Let's go, baby. Yeah. Let's try to win, baby. Derek says, yeah, $1.99 for your mom. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, fam. All right, so if they're trying to win, then let's get it. I'm more of a defensive guy. Appreciate you, Derek. And D-Web, $1.99. Yo, you missed my other super chat. It was moving too fast, man. I appreciate you, Web. What did you say, man? I ain't going to try to tell you to send it again, but let me see if I can go back into my Rolodex right here. If I can find it, D-Web. I might not can put it up on the screen, but it's rolling. It's rolling. Let's do this since we got some people in here. 2/5 and a 6 for Gilmore and Cooks. 2 guys who can come in and contribute right away. For 3 picks, that's probably wouldn't seed the field. Well, that's a win-win. D-Web, hey. D-Web, man, sure, that was a good donation, man. I appreciate you.
Damn.
That's a real good donation right there because they doing the exact same thing that I said. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about me. I'm not the dude that's like the oracle over here that's telling what the Cowboys will do and should do. But what I've been saying for many of years, that don't fall in love with all of those draft picks because a team with 9 or 10 draft picks, they all ain't gonna make the field. They're not. And if you trust Willie McClay, then you would say to him, hey, man, we only got 4 picks, bro. We only got 4 of them. Or we're going to package some of those picks together, and we're going to move down and get a higher premium of pick. But in the words of my dog, man, Vince Lombardi, man, I love this phrase from him. I love this phrase from him. I was watching this show the other day.
Damn.
Some teams, most teams, suck at drafting. Do y'all agree? Most teams suck at drafting. You know what I'm saying? You know, they suck at drafting, so they will pass up and miss on some guys, right? And Will McClay, he's literally in his bag as it relates to finding talent. You know, Law, do you have any truth to that? Yes. Who had DaRon Bland high on their draft board? Who had him? You know?
Damn.
Who had DaRon Bland high? And he was right up there. If it wasn't for the fact that he was a late-round draft pick and he started late into the season, he can probably have numbers better than Sauce Gardner. He probably did. And he was right up there with Tariq Woolen. He was. Yes, indeed. So those are things that was bestowed upon me. When I was listening, I said,
damn.
He right. You know, most teams suck at drafting. So now if you got McClay, instead of him having 9 shots at it, you narrow that down and you get about 4 to maybe 5 shots, or maybe 3. That's trading away everything. But maybe 4 to 5 shots. Will McClay would still be able to do some damage. Yeah, we got another super chat from Dez Brian Cousin. He says, what's up, though, Law Nation? Draft a linebacker or an offensive line in the first round. Dennis from the 313. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, man. So with that being said, that is a good situation for us. And my man over here, you know what I'm saying? His draft is a crap shot. You know what I'm saying? You're right. It is, man. So now, you know, that is what it is. All right, so this is another thing. And don't paint me into a corner. Law said that, man, he want DeAndre Hopkins only. Law said he only want Odell Beckham Jr. Law said that Brandin Cooks' deal is trash. No, y'all got to pay attention to what Law is saying. Look, let's practice caution and let's see how this thing works. And let's also see what we can look like when training camp comes. Because of one thing I can tell you for sure, I'm looking at health, and I don't want us to get holes with that. So D-Webb was also saying you can have Hopkins or Wagner today. Which one? Shh.
Damn.
Why you gonna do me like that, man? You know what I'm saying? D-Webb over here shooting me with these things right here. I'm a defensive guy. Give me Bobby. Give me Bobby Wagner. Man, the news is you don't have to trade for Bob. He out there on the streets. You know, he ain't collecting cans or anything, but he's out there on the streets. So give me Wagner. You know what I'm saying? You know, give me Wags, man. Shoot. But here's my truth. If you were to ask me like a dominant interior defensive tackle versus Wags, give me that defensive tackle. As much as a lot of people cream on LVE, and I know people saying this right now.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? On LVE, as much as people cream on him, if you have a better up front, it will help out your linebackers, regardless of how you look at it, regardless of how you perceive that. And give me that. I would take that better interior situation. Law, do you have any truths to that? About a couple of weeks ago, my guy Michael Parsons pretty much said what he would want. You know what I'm saying? And let me see if I can find it over here. Y'all bear with me, man. Bear with me. Hail Mary. What do we have here now? And I think this was one of the things that he said. And let me see if I can find it right quick. I think it was this one right here.
Everyone else wants a receiver, might as well get a receiver too. Like the money, like you got to spend the money. Like, why not spend it? Like,
With Amari Cooper getting traded last year, and then we saw what happened with the receiver market. Was there any talk in the locker room like, why'd we move Amari? $20 million's nothing.
It's
you got
GM
guys kissing
Parsons.
$30 million now.
I still don't understand the Amari situation, and
All right, that's the wrong one, but he was going to go ham on Amari situation about the Jones family. So we're going to move. That's old news now. But let me move to that other topic. On GM, hear me out, GM Parsons. And so far, they did, what, two out of the three things that he requiring? Listen very closely. They listen to this dude right quick.
I'm a man of the people for sure.
Right.
I'm with the people.
What are we missing in Dallas?
I feel like we're right there.
Right.
We're 2 plays away.
Yeah.
We're 2 or 3 plays away. I know it sounds cliche to always say it, and we just got to be more accountable, more aware, and then we got to go after in free agency too.
What areas?
I would like to see us get. I like Deron Payne a lot.
Yeah,
More big bodies in the middle.
We got too many rushers.
Yeah, you got too many speed guys. It's something we talked about. It always worried me about you guys. Right.
I would love to get a big body corner out there.
We got that.
I hope we keep LV. And
We got that.
everyone else wants a receiver. We might as well get a receiver too.
So technically, we got the wide receiver. He said that he wanted the Cowboys to keep LVE. They did that. And big body DB, you can, well, he's not really a big body. Gilmore's right at 200 pounds, but he's an aggressive guy. and he's 6 foot, 6'1". So you can probably count that as a big body DB. So he got all three of them, but we missing one piece, and that's the interior guy. And I would love for us to get that one big interior guy, ladies and gentlemen. If we can get that one big interior guy, then they would solidify the list and the categories of needs that Michael Parsons just said. GM Parsons is on the roll, baby. You know what I'm saying? And he is on that. I appreciate y'all so much. He is on that. He is on the roll. Let me know if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen. A guard, too. I'm only thinking of defensive side of the coin. Defensive side of the coin. So let me know. Michael wanted LVE. I wanted LVE. This is from Chino. Yes, indeed. So that's how that go. So who we got right here? We got Venom God. He says, do you think we will now go get a running back in the first or the second? Boy, we didn't have a good show. We had a great show on the final word. And y'all know where I stand with this as it relates to running back versus offensive lineman. You see, the running back, yes, I love the fact that you can get a running back in and immediately they can be shooting and doing all of this good stuff on the field, right? But an offensive lineman helps out two things. Technically, three things. A running back will help out one thing, the running back. An offensive lineman, ladies and gentlemen, will help your quarterback and it will help your running back. Some can argue your wide receivers. But I would rather have someone that can help me out in two categories at most, right? Or at least, versus someone that can only help out on one category. The running back situation and scenario won't mean a hill of beans if you don't have someone that can block for you. And like I said, 4 out of the 5 guys last season were moved around like chess pieces on that offensive line. We're missing our right tackle, right? We understand and know without a shadow of a doubt that Tyron Smith may go down. And we all love Tyron Smith, right? We love him. And he got one of the best contracts I've ever seen watching this sport. So if we go with the first 2 rounds, I would prefer us to find a way to get that dog nasty offensive lineman that can, for one, be the future of your team, that can help your team out in the categories of not just your quarterback, but also your running back. That's what I think. Since we couldn't solidify that in the free agency, I know the price point was probably too high, too rich for all blood, right? So that's what I look at. Because Bijan Robinson in a Cowboys uniform, yeah, that would be cool and all. Hell, I know the Cowboys. Them rascals will give him 21. You know what I'm saying? 21. We would have Bijan Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how that goes. Y'all ain't foolish around here. With the 26th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select Bijan. You could call him Bijan Robinson. You know what I mean? And then y'all will be crunk, and y'all will be talking about what number he should wear, And then the Cowboys will be going over all of their details and everything, and then they'll be like,
hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
And then they'll give him 21. You know what I'm saying? They give him 21. And then that's what will happen if they draft Bijan Robinson. Y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. And they will literally do that with a straight face. And now you will see 21 back out there, and I'll be waiting.
21. Can you do something for me? Can you talk to the ops next for me? Okay.
21. Yeah, I'll bring that song back, baby. All right, but appreciate you for your super chat, man. JD from D.C. states that I am back from hibernation. Cap boy killing them. You know what's up, Law? Your favorite government name, JD from D.C. is back, baby. Yeah.
Damn.
Appreciate you for coming back, fam. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for your love and support and adulations. All right, let me see if I'm trying to get to all y'all soups, man. I promise you, I'm going to try to get to them all before we open up the phone lines and everything. My guy says, give me a good 3-tech and an offensive line in the first round. Oh, yeah. I think that Melvin says Bijan will be gone before the 15th. Pick, yeah, it's likely that he will do that. And let me see if I got anybody. Shout out to you, Maria Lopez. Appreciate you for your support over there on the Facebook. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get to all of y'all, man. I promise you. I agree. Appreciate you, D-Web. On my. From Detroit by the way of Jackson, Mississippi. Shout out to you, my dog, all the way down there from the SIP. Now you in Detroit land, man. Appreciate you, bro. I know I left out somebody. Here we go. Ernest. It says, Law, do you think they will now sign Bobby Wagner? Here's what I think, and this is what I want. Some of those French guys that's on the edge or got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, a lot of times they looking because everybody want that ring. Everybody want that hardware. Everybody want to lift up that Lombardi trophy. People want to be with people that's winning. People don't want to be with losers. Sometimes all money ain't good money, right? You get to 25 on dominoes, and then you lock the board up, and you got still big boys in your hand. And now you don't have domino no more, right? And you lost the game. Now you got to get up, but you got to 25 or you got to 20. Always preserve to keep yourself in the game. So some of these guys are looking at that, and they're looking at the moves that the Cowboys are doing, and they're sitting there saying, all right, they got C.D. Lamb, they got D. No, they don't got D. They got Brandin Cooks. They got Michael Gallup. They got a new phase of running backs. Man, they cooking it. Defense look good. They got Parsons. Parsons doing his work over there. Bobby probably looking at it like, shoot, bump the Ravens. Let me come on over here to Cowboys land for the low. No state taxes, no state income taxes here. In Dallas land, the property tax is higher than Giraffe, you know what. But shoot, I could parlay some money deals. He could come very much so over here. But the Cowboys can't be disrespectful, though. You got to give him a legitimate deal. You can't say, okay, we'll offer you 3. All right, so let me see. Why Amari Cooper trending? You know what I'm saying? Let me just see why he's trending. And okay. So the 12 million 2023. Okay, all right. So all right. Let me see what Parsons said. You know, y'all bear with me. See if Parsons said anything. Because normally Parsons be on he the Twitter king over here. Let me see. He didn't say anything yet.
Damn.
What's going on with you, Parsons? Why you ain't said anything, man? What's going on with you, Parsons? What's going on? Parsons, you better be in church, man. You better be singing, He woke me up this morning, started me on my way. Parsons! Parsons, you better say something, man, about this trade. He better not be sitting around here punching wind, because about a couple of days ago, you couldn't hush him about DeAndre Hopkins. You couldn't hush any of these guys about Odell Beckham. They better be able to reach out and give some love and adulations for the nations for Brandin Cooks. You better be saying something. Boy sleeping in. Hey, man, he got 4 hours to reply. He got to do something. He got to say something. He ain't sleeping that long. He better be at church. He better be at TD Jake's church over here in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? He better be somewhere. All right, Beijing can help in the passing game, quarterback protection, and running game law. You got a dog over here. What? Chris? The YouTube critic? Yeah, he got a dog. We got a dog. All right. Let me ask you this. When people say that Robinson is generational, and if Robinson is as good as he is listed, let me raise you one. You know what I'm saying? Let me raise the. Why did he fall all the way to the 26th spot? So if Robinson is good, if he's generational, if he is good as the Todd Gurley when he was coming out, if he was good as listed as Ezekiel, Elijah Elliott, you know what I'm saying? And if he was as good as Saquon Barkley, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't recall, nor do I remember any of those boys falling all the way to the 26th spot. If Robinson fought, now he still could be talented. But the math ain't mathing, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't imagine a world, even with team needs or what have you, or wants, of Todd Gurley coming out of the draft, dropping all the way to the 26th spot. I couldn't imagine, even in a world that teams don't like the mindset of drafting a running back early, right? For Ezekiel Elliott, Elijah Elliott dropping all the way to the 26th spot. Nor Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? So there would be some alleyways and loopholes to it. Because now when you look at it, now I do know that Christian McCaffrey dropped all the way to the 20th range or what have you. But it was thought that, hey, Christian McCaffrey, there was still some flaws and holes in his game. You're like, he won't be that actual every down back in the next level. He always had that knock on him. And I ain't knocking Christian McCaffrey because he stood tall in this game, right? And the same was said about Dalvin Cooks. That's the reason why they dropped, right? Because they couldn't do X, Y, and Z. But now that you got Bijan Robinson or Bijan Robinson that can do all of those things, why would he be there for the 26th spot if he is good as advertised, right? Let me know. Let me know. That means that he have some flaws, some holes in his game, and there's something ain't working. Math ain't mathing. But, Chris, to your point, if he can help out in pass game, quarterback protection, and run game, he shouldn't be there at the 26th spot if he is good as what he said he is. You know what I'm saying? That's my thoughts. You will have to climb up to go get him if he's that good. But I doubt it. And now, granted, I'm not saying that the man will be a bust in the National Football League and won't live up to the name or what have you, but it's a slimmer chance. It's a slimmer chance. Right? All right. And then, of course, Derrick Henry, he was drafted in the later rounds, right? Well, second round, right? But he didn't come in immediately starting. He came in as said split back, and it benefited for his career. Shout out to you, Patterson. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you. All right, we got Winfro, no law. They stamped the 22 on him, and if we get BR, Hey, man. Ain't no way, dog. Hey, man. Jason, I love you, man. You know what I mean? I love you, man, but
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
no way, man. They put that 22 on Robinson. Ain't no way, man. Hey, ain't no way, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's like seeing 12 out there again on the Cowboys field. You know what I'm saying? I think that those numbers we would never see again. 12, 8, and 22. Some people still get mad when we see 33 out there and 74, what have you. But some people get kind of in their feelings a little bit with 54. But, man, 22, 12, and 8, those are untouchable numbers right about now. I wouldn't even want that for the player. I wouldn't even want that for the player.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
I wouldn't even want that for the player. Don't you know how big those shoes are, man? You know, them shoes bigger than Shaq feet, man. You know, that's too much for those boys, man. Too much, man. Too much. Venom says, let me see what is it. Come on, get on up there, Venom. All right, he says, how about we grabbed a defensive interior in the first round, Henley in the second round? Would that make our defense complete? Yes. Yes, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, when we did that mock draft, Venom, I literally grabbed that Pitts kid. I keep messing up his name. Y'all know I'm from Mississippi. I've been messing up that man's name, Chancey. Chancey from Pitts. I drafted him in the first. I went and got Henley in the second. And then I went and got my wide receiver in the third. But now that the draft board may be a little different, it may be a little different on how we look at this. My draft board may be different now since we got Brandin Cooks. You can literally now go look at your wide receiver in the fourth or the fifth round. And I think that's how you get my guy from Ole Miss up in here, Jonathan Mingo. You know what I'm saying? Or Bryce Wheaton. You get him in the fourth or the fifth round now. Y'all remember that Bryce Wheaton, Ford, Dash, Johnson, whatever his name is, that run a 4.4 40, 4.3 40 or something like that. Big, tall, big guy. Yes, indeed. Appreciate y'all, man. I wish I had my visual board up. I can point out to you what my mock draft was, man. But that's a good thought. Good thought. I think I got it. Hold on. Here you go. Go to Twitter right quick. We building the plane while it's in the air. Got to go to Boss Cowboy because he posted the results. Let's go right here. Y'all bear with me. Y'all bear with me, baby. Here we go. This dude been tweeting, man. He been fighting. Yeah. Y'all see that? Yeah. Look at my report, baby. Look at my progress report. Look at that, what I got. He went exactly what I did. Now I can't wait till I run a mock draft and see you in the third round who will fall right there now. I can literally defense, linebacker, tackle, offensive lineman. It probably I don't know who will be here in the third, but we'll figure it out next time we run these mock draft. But man, that was dope, right? Look at them A pluses, baby. It says, Law, Bijan is a real deal. I hate you won't find out until we storm the Aggie land in 24 to bust y'all heads. But he will be a steal at 26. Who can do more for your team?
FBI, open up!
You know what I'm saying? I like Gibbs too, though. I do. And I'm not wavering on the fact that, yeah, you can get an all-purpose back out of Bijan Robinson. But it would have to be an alarming reason why he's falling all the way to the 26th spot. And sometimes players do fall depending on their draft board. But is there a chance, and if there's a situation, I know we ran multiple mock drafts. Think of it. I think I had someone even within the confines of this one running a mock draft. One of my dogs, I forgot which one this was, he went with Robinson with that first pick, with the 26th pick. They gave him a C. And I'm not saying that they are right. I think this is the OC. And then he got Bergeron. Matt. You got Matt in the second round. Bergeron, Bergeron. That's a nice name. The Bergerons are coming, and gave him a B+. That could happen. I'm not going to drop that. The Bijan the truth, but there's no way he would fall all the way to the 26th. It's from Big Santana. Appreciate you. Shout out to you. Made Home Selling Killers. Williams, preferred. Appreciate you for the $4.99 for your mind. Appreciate you. And we have Talib. Thomas Hicks. Appreciate you for your support. Yeah. Let's go, baby. All right, I talked to y'all long enough. Let's do this. I want to hear y'all talk now. Bergeron, that's how you say his name. Do y'all like the pick? The conversation for the nation. Eastside Harold, call in, baby. Die-hard Cowboy fan, baby. Let me know your analysis on Brandin Cooks. Don't you be flipping it around. All right. Fall Lines brought to you by Power Hands. Train like a professional. Power Hands. Are your hands powerful? Train with the best. Come on. 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. Come on. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Make it short and simple. 1 point. Don't be having multiple questions
There
out
are
here.
5 participants in the conference. Please announce yourself.
Had some more friends like my brothers, I can't trust it all. Same ones in your corner, wanna see you fall. Now I only need a hand to count the ones who ball with me. Down to fall with me. Down to put it on the line when lose or draw with me. Those my brothers, different mothers, part of power.
Come on.
Got the body to my class, she break the law with me. Call my phone.
I got 100 grand with the player from the 201. What's on your mental, man?
Yo, what's going on, my guy?
Nothing to it, man. Holla at me, man.
God. I'm on a high right now, you know what I mean? New Jersey just moved on. We just took down Purdue, so you know the vibes.
Yep. so y'all took down Purdue. So look, how your bracket looking there, dog? God, dog.
Oh, my bracket's gone, dog. My bracket's
destroyed.
Duke lost yesterday. I said, oh, man, Duke lost. That hurt me when Duke lost. Couldn't believe it.
Yes, indeed, man. Oh, my gosh, man. So what you got for this trade, man? Talk to me, man.
All right, okay. All right, they didn't get the same receiver. We needed some speed. We really needed some speed, so I like it on that aspect. And he's not going to go up against the number ones. He's going to go up against the number twos. So you got to look at it from a scheme perspective. He's going up against the number twos, maybe even the number threes, Law, depending on how Gallup looked.
You can have some cross packages. You can have some 2 packages still for Gallup, and it'll be less pressure, right? Gallup can line up at 2 sometimes, and then he could be your third option. So you get all of that flexibility.
And I think he's interchangeable too, right? He's interchangeable too, right? He can play the slot and he can play the outside. So we got guys that can switch up. I mean, I like it on that aspect. It'll stretch the defense now.
It will stretch them out. And then on top of that, Cooks do have the ability to play at 1 sometimes, to be your number 1 target on team. So I would not dismiss that altogether. We'll find out, man. I can't wait for training camp to come around so we can see him in his uniform, man. What number you think he going to wear?
I don't know, man. They might have to give him something. I don't know. That's a good question. They might have to give him somebody's number.
They had to give up somebody's number, huh?
Yeah. But overall, it's a good pick, man. It's a solid pick. It's a pick that enhances our team. It's not a pick that, we got to replace somebody. This is a pick that enhances our offense. Would you agree?
No doubt, man. I agree, man. I appreciate you for calling in, 100.
No doubt.
Good call from him, man. Good call from him, y'all. Shout out to his bracket that's been destroyed, but we'll find out, man. I got my guy, man, from the 206. MJ, you live.
What's up, man?
Not much, Chief. Doing good, man.
Hey, damn, all you Cowboy fans is on here. Please do not come on here negative talking about a damn receiver again. My GM, Cowboy, because I'm Cowboy too. Remember that MJ is Cowboy too. I'm keeping my draft picks, and I just put a dangerous receiver that will kill you over the top, that could kill you with slants, that could kill you with screens. Him at number 9 now. This Cowboy offense is looking beautiful.
Looking beautiful,
now,
okay.
And I got my quarterback now because he'll be doing he's good at faking to the halfback, throwing screens. You're going to see a lot of screens. I
forgot about that capability. Yeah. It's a capability of this kid. Yeah, he can do that. Talk to me, man.
And now we got finna get that offensive line more dangerous.
Right.
Oh, and the D tackle. Now I saw I ain't know about the Michigan D tackle. I ain't know he was that good. So
Michigan. You talking about Mozzie, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't know he was that good.
Yeah. So, he good. He good.
Good. I'll call your media. He showed that. I watched it yesterday. I was like, damn, I didn't know that kid was that good. So now we're gonna sign Hankins back.
Right.
And I think, Law, you might get your wish in a few days. You're gonna have Bobby Wagner is here. Bobby Wagner. Because we keep saying it. And y'all kept talking about the receiver. Y'all kept talking about the corner.
Right.
They about to sign Bobby Wagner. Because you see what they doing.
Uh-huh.
Then they're gonna get that D tackle. Big Hank's gonna be there. They're gonna bring Big Hank back. And now they're gonna sign. They're gonna be either offensive lineman.
Right.
Well, the three spots they're gonna go for. It's gonna be either offensive lineman, it's still gonna be a corner, or it's gonna be a offensive line corner or a D tackle. It's gonna be one of them 3.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, MJ. Thank you for calling in, Chief.
And let's get this Super Bowl.
Let's go get it, man. Appreciate you, man. Let's go get it, man. Hey, this man talking Super Bowl in March, man. I feel him. I love his passion. There's my guy, MJ, man. Always good with the conversation that rules the nation. I got Soul Goddess over here from the 347. You're live. Holla at me.
Hey, Lord, Soul Goddess. What's up?
What's good? Talk to me. Holla at me. Break it down.
All right. The only question I got, okay, we traded Amari a year ago to get Cooks this year.
Right.
I got no problem. They're basically almost the same person. My question is, Cooks has been around about 10 years in the league.
Right.
This is about his 15. He's good on the field, but what is he like in that locker room? Because if you can be all good on the field, but as you can see, if you're not doing good in the locker room and you're disrupting the flow, you got to go. So that's my only question. I'm happy with the trade. I got no problem with it. You know, we're not getting Amari back, so let's move forward from that. We got Cooks. He's had, of his 10 years, four seasons where he's been more than 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he got 4. I'm looking at his resume now. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
He's versatile. I got no problems with that. He can play different positions. Free up a lot of pressure on Gallup, who's coming off the injury, which I mentioned before. It's going to be about 2 years before Gallup even get back to what he was before injury.
Right.
And it'll free up pressure on CD Lamb where he's not forced to be double one. So they got to account for him. What I would like to see the Cowboys do is also sign T.Y., at least on a 2-year deal. So that will also help Gallup on the recovery side. And we wouldn't lose anything by having at least T.Y. for another 2 years.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to make some quick points for you.
Yeah.
And get off the phone.
Appreciate you, Soul. Thank you. Hey, that's a good call. All right, so T.Y. is still at play for me. I would look to bring T.Y. in after the draft. You guys know how I said that before last week. Just bring him back in for a cup of coffee after the draft. There's nothing wrong with developing wide receivers. But I truly believe that you can't be developing 3 and 4 wide receivers at a time. And that comes from when you draft pretty well. Like, we are now developing Simi Fehoko. We're still developing Jalen Tolbert. We're still developing somebody else, I think it's Dennis Houston, that's on this team. Now, I'm trying to win Super Bowl. Now, we don't get into the mindset of developing these guys enough for trade bait. We don't do that. So it tends to be that we overdevelop a player, right? And then by the time they comes down for them to shine, they're in their 6th year or 7th year, kind of like what we seen out of Noah Brown. It took us forever to develop him. And then the last 2 years, he's seen more time out there on the field, but we were still trying to get him over the hump. Now, shout out to him. He's gone to the Houstons, right? Texans. And now we getting Brandon. So that's a good little trade-off. You know, they got Noah Brown and we got Brandin Cooks, basically. But I would tell you guys, ladies and gentlemen, to the point here, leave no stone unturned. Let's continue to look up under that rock to see who we can get. JV from the 901, you're live, Chief. Talk to me.
No, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. Holla at me, man.
Oh, man, I just woke up here about 25 minutes ago and saw this tweet about we really got Brandin Cooks.
Yeah. We got him, man. In the wee hours of the night, they done made a deal, and early this morning they let us know about it.
I ain't gonna lie. That's a standing ovation move right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy for it. I think as far as the draft goes, I still stay focused on your interior, whether or not it's the offense or defensive line. So, it's right here got me feeling good this early Sunday morning.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, this goes against what Stephen Jones said. He said last season, you don't win the Super Bowl during the off season. And we done said and did enough videos to call him out on that. And what you got to do is prepare yourself for the off season so that you can be ready for the regular season, and that can prepare you into the postseason and beyond. It's roles to it.
I know they're listening to, if not just you guys, also I know they're listening to Mike Jacquard did.
They are, man.
This got a lot of his imprint on this one.
Yeah, he got a lot of fingerprints along the way on this one. For real.
Yeah, I'm appreciating what's going on, the moves that we're making. I can remember a time when I was thinking like these guys didn't care really nothing about trying to win, but more about money. But this right here, the last few moves that was happening, aside from the Zeke situation, everything I can agree with.
Everything you can agree with. So, hey, you seen the Eagles let go of Fletcher Cox? They brought him back last year. Play lights out, right? Now they released Darius Slay and they brought him back, so we will see how he's going to play. Now, far as Ezekiel Elliott, shout out to my girl Sadiq. She reached out to me, said if there's a possibility that the Cowboys can bring Zeke back, there is a situation and scenario that he can still be back on this team. Nevertheless, we have to sit back and wait. And if he do come back, it will be at a low of the low price. But I appreciate you, JV, for calling in.
Hey, have a great one there, Law. Hey, go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. Yes, indeed, man. All right, man. Boy, now this is how y'all should handle these phone lines today. I love it, man. Y'all jumping right on in, and then y'all getting right on out of here, man. I got my guy, my dog, man. I haven't heard from him in many a moons, man. And this is my dog, man. Y'all be prepared to listen to this guy right here. 9 Dime.
9 Dime.
Yes, indeed. For your mind. Talk to me, man.
I like the trade in this aspect. Yes, he stretched the field, and he's a veteran wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it puts Cavante Turpin, pushing him back, or it might be a opportunity for him to learn from a person with similar size and speed. But more weapons is good. And we could use him on the short passing game, the end arounds as well.
Yeah.
But he has durability issues. I mean, the last couple of years he's been playing majority of the time. But this is the NFC East. Them hits is harder.
Yeah, they are.
And for the overall offense, it's gonna be helpful because we won't have to search for that wide receiver. I wish we got Hopkins, but you know how Cowboy work. So we can go and attack that offensive line earlier in the draft because we have to get a situation for Tyron because he at the end of the road. And if we have the possibility to get a stud interior offensive lineman or a stud even tackle for the insurance of Terrence Steele, that would be great for us as well. But it's Brandin Cooks move. It's good for us.
Yo.
The hype us up as a fan base, but it's gonna be key for Dak because he's a deep ball threat.
Yeah.
Dak has to improve his deep ball.
Yeah.
He has to improve that deep ball. But that's my time. 9 Dime.
9 Dime for your mind, man. Always great hearing him, man. Great fire, man. Put some fire in the comments, man, for the brother, man. We need to make this move on the defensive side. I need to hear in the next few weeks the Cowboys signing Jonathan Hankins. And I also need to hear the Cowboys signing maybe Ashawn Robinson. He's out there. I'm seeing one of the beat reporters, Clarence Hill. He said the Cowboys need to go get Ashawn Robinson and bring him back home. I truly believe that that's a situation and scenario that will work out for us. And then whatever we do after the draft, if Bobby Wagner is still there, then you can figure out a way. But do y'all believe that Bobby will be there still after the draft? Y'all let me know. Jeremy from the 832, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Law?
Nothing to it, man. Holla at me, man.
Man, I don't like the move.
Oh, okay. Break it down to me. Give it to me. Give it to me, man.
I don't like it at all. I don't like. To me, we don't know. Like everybody was saying about him being bad in the locker room. Then him, to me, he dropped too many balls. He's not a sure hands guy.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about like
drop.
Super Bowl matchups.
Okay.
With the receivers that we got by adding him as an addition, I don't see how we match up with a Kansas City or a Cincinnati Bengals or even the receivers in our division with the Eagles. Like, he don't put us over the top. Like, the other two receivers that we was banking on or we was talking about a lot,
right?
They make our receiver core a whole lot better and give us a better matchups when we get into the later the second and third round of the playoff Super Bowl. And I just think Cook's not that guy. I don't see him being that guy that put us over the top. Because, like, Like it might work, and we might go maybe win 2 more games in the regular season, maybe look a little bit better.
Shoot.
But I don't see
2 more games in the regular season, Jay. That make us number 1 seed last season. You know what I'm saying? But I see what you said. Like, let me ask you this, because we got to do the verses, right? So is Brandin Cooks better than Noah Brown?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Is he better than Jalen Tolbert and Simi Fehoko?
Yeah, he is. That's why.
And you already know I got to say this, Jay. Say it with me. Is he better than James? Wow. So essentially, by the order of law, we are better than what we were last year. Now we just need for this 5'8" wide receiver to stay healthy, man. One can argue if healthy, he's better than Michael Gallup. So now when we get all of these things together, now in my opinion, like you said, DeAndre Hopkins would have been a better look for us, because I'm looking at a dog nasty mentality. I'm looking at physical height, physical aggressiveness back towards the ball. I'm looking at all of those things as a caveat. I'm looking at red zone threat and beyond. I'm looking at no weakness as his game on the field. But I get it. You only can get with what you can get. And the Cowboys, for right now, they're going to go long with the Cards. And if the Cards decide to release DeAndre Hopkins, he should be the first flight or the first drive to Dallas, right? If not, he's already here, you know.
Yeah, that's what I have to see, too. I have to see that. I still have to see that extra move. And then if we are going to keep the offense like it is, just picking him up and getting a guard maybe in the draft with that first pick, like we're gonna have to flood that defense out. Like we're gonna have to have like nothing less than top 3 defense across the board, running, passing, like takeaways. Like we gotta be across the board for us to make that Super Bowl run. With if we just gonna make that move with him being our receiver to match what we're going to be facing in the later rounds in the playoff Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then you are right about the drops. I was about to say, but then I looked at he do average 6 to 7 drops a year. That is a lot of drops. So he's going to have to work on that even at his older age of 29 and 30. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yes, indeed. It's a good call from him. Yeah, Cooks do drop it. He do play the dropsies with the football. I just hope that in pivotal moments, he don't drop it, because with drops, you got to also add context to it. It could be that the floaters and the kind of caliber of quarterbacks that he had probably just didn't know how to hit them, right? And then they count it. If the ball hits your fingers, they count it. Or if he's stretching, jumping, reaching for the ball, then they count those things as drops. So we'll find out if the dropsies are more of Cook's ability or was it the quarterback. And granted, I know how y'all think. Y'all sitting there saying, man, shoot, Dak Prescott ain't no better, man. Look, we trading the wrong players, man. We need to get rid of we getting rid of the wrong people, man. They should have got rid of Dak Prescott. I feel y'all with that. But if I look back and say that we are 12-5 2 years in a row with the like of Noah Brown last season and a T.Y. Hilton that didn't have any training camp, none of those OTAs and preseason things from us, and he was able to give us a little spark in a spotlight, at least now we got Cooks that's going to be here for training camp, OTAs, preseason, right? And we do have a legitimate offense now. There's no more 4 curl routes, button hook routes. Everybody got an option route. So now we should see offense, right? So if you're going to grade Dak Prescott and the way he throw the ball, it'll be better to grade him this year. There should be a system that's put in place. There should be something tangible that we can see now. I would love to see Brandin Cooks on a deep over, right? A shallow cross, taking it, and those bubble and tunnel screens. We should see that now. I for dog sure don't want to see him on a hitch or a comeback. You don't put little guys like that on those routes. But last year we put Kavontae Turpin on a hitch. You know what I'm saying? He caught the ball, and we was glad that he got back up. But we knew from there, man, God, dog. Why would you put a 5'5", 5'6"? I seen him in real life. You know what I mean? I'm talking about Cavante Turpin. They had that brother on the hitch route. I said, you can't love hitches that much. Put that man on a drag. Put him in motion. Send him on a 9 for your mind. It was simple things that we just didn't do. There's no excuses for Dak Prescott, though. You know, I ain't trying to say that. But I got my guy from Ocean Springs in the house, man, from the 228. Talk to me.
Law Nation, what's up, baby? Jason from Ocean Springs in the hizzy.
What's good, man, from my neck of the woods, man? Talk to me, man. What's on your heart, man?
Listen, man, I was in the kitchen, and I was prepping this ribeye that I'm about to put on this grill.
Ooh.
And I got the news of the trade for Brandin Cooks.
Okay.
Now, this is what I'm going to tell you. If anybody remember, at the Combine, Mike McCarthy said, his philosophy is going to be running the ball and defense.
Yeah.
Now, this trade with Brandin Cooks, I do like it. If Gallup can kind of give us somewhat of a resemblance from what he was before the injury.
True.
If you got Lamb and Gallup on the outside, you put Cooks and Turpin in that slot. You got two speeds that them safeties and linebackers got to account for.
Man, just don't give me the smiling over here because I'm trying my best to be objective with my analysis and not be fanboy over here, man. But keep going. But you can be fanboy.
All we need, now, let me say this, Cowboy Nation. Let go of the hope for OBJ. Let go of the hope for Hopkins, even though that would be nice.
You're killing me, man. You're killing me, man. Keep going.
All we gonna be paying for is the name. You see what I'm saying? OBJ, we don't know if he's gonna be the same OBJ from before those injuries. So
right.
I would rather invest in a solid piece in Brandin Cooks. He's a solid piece, and we paid Gallup last year, even though we restructured the contract.
Yeah.
We paid him. We got to see what that investment is going to be. This is the year. So if he can give us, you ain't even got to give us 1,000 yards, Gallup. Just give us 700. And I really think in the draft, we drafting offensive lineman first round.
Yep.
We drafting defensive tackle second round. We drafting running back third round.
Say that again. Say that again. Say that again. Say that one more time, man.
Offensive lineman first round.
Okay.
Defensive tackle second round. Running back third round.
Okay.
I think that's because I'm gonna say this before I go.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm starting to realize, Law, is Mike McCarthy is slowly building this team like he built the Green Bay Packers when they won that Super Bowl.
Yes, indeed, man. Hey.
Defense, he had a monster defense. And he had a running game. Yeah, he had Aaron Rodgers too. But they had a running game and they had a defense.
No doubt, man. Hey, before you rock, man, what you got with that ribeye? You got some asparagus tips, or you got some mashed potatoes or baked potato? What you got, man?
Listen. Let me tell you what I'm doing.
Tell me the spread,
Let me
man.
tell you what I'm doing. All right, I got the hickory chip with the bell peppers cut up in the smoker. All right.
You got the smoker.
I got my real marinade. I put a little mustard on there on both sides, and I got it marinated with that rub. And, man, I'm finna flip this thing over, and I'm going to dip it in some of this homemade barbecue sauce that I made, bro.
Man, my God.
I'm going to lay it on that grill, and you get your water bottle, you put half apple juice, half water on there, you spray it while you turn it. Spray it while you turn it, going to seal that flavor in. And then about 3 hours long, we're going to be eating good.
Ooh, man, I shouldn't even ask you that, but God, dog, boy.
I'm telling you. Hey, listen.
I'm gonna let you go, man.
If we make it to the Super Bowl this year, I'm gonna be doing a Super Bowl party, and all the Cowboy Nation is invited. We're gonna have ribs, lamb chops, chicken, pork chops, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, beer, soda, wine, whatever you want.
Man,
we're gonna watch these boys go all the way.
Just make sure you put my Hennessy on ice, man. I appreciate you. Ocean Spray.
We're gonna put it on ice. It's
yes,
gonna be on ice,
indeed.
it's gonna be on ice.
Damn.
That's my people over here in Mississippi, man. I may not look big, but I eat big, baby. I'll probably be the skinniest guy out of Mississippi. But, man, oh, goodness, man. God, dog, boy, he talking about some good eating there, man. Shoot, I shouldn't even ask him that. I done trapped myself. Entrapment on myself, man. Entrapment, man. Let me hear my guy Willie D for the 214. Talk to me, man.
Man, look, the last 3-4 years, like when the playoffs in, I'd be like, man, because I've been a Cowboy fan my whole life.
Yeah.
And I feel like I deserve to talk down on the Cowboys when I feel like when they deserve it. When I'm just in my feelings. So this past season, I said, man, I'm done. Now I want the Cowboys to win.
Yeah.
I've been telling everybody. They got to do without me. But this past season, the last 3-4 weeks, the Cowboys been doing everything. When I seen Cooks, I said, when I just seen this shit, I just seen it about 10 minutes ago on your show. I said, oh my Lord. Now, when they first got Gallimore, you know what I said?
What did he say?
2 years too late. 2 years too late. I want him 2 years ago when he was available. I said, okay, okay, cool. So what I'm trying to get at is the Cowboys finally making decisions, football decisions that make sense, like all the other things we doing. You know, come on. I feel like we can win again. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is,
what you trying to say,
I was out. They done pulled me back in.
They done pulled you back in, man. Come on, baby.
The Cowboys are drugs, man. They are fucking drugs, man.
Man, they got you, man. That problem with you, man. They a drug, man. With a D. We going to the Super Bowl, baby.
Hey, man. With me and one of my homeboys, we would say this. I think the first time I heard the analogy when me and my homeboy brought it up. Somebody else probably brought it up beforehand. But I always say, man, I feel like the battle wife. I'm talking about like from 2000, 2000 and probably like 8 and 9, back in them years. I say, hey, man, I feel like a battle wife. I'll be so. And so we have a joke. So we have a joke saying like, man, the Cowboys the husband. He come home 3, 4 o'clock in the morning with lipstick on the collar, perfume on him, and I'm still with him.
You still with him, baby. Appreciate you, man, so much, Willie D. Man, well, since you feeling that energy, man, let me hear you say it one time.
Man, what about the Cowboy and Jimmy Johnson's style? Put it in 2 inch letters. We gonna win this game against the 49ers, and we gonna win the Super Bowl.
Let's go, man, baby. That's Willie D, baby.
Damn.
That boy was crunk, baby. Yes, indeed, man. All right, man, boy, we rolling, man, but we rolling. All right, man, I didn't know we were going to roll this tough today, man. I definitely didn't know, man. I appreciate y'all so much, man. All right, let me get my guy LT. And I ain't talking about LaDainian Thomason, nor, you know what I'm saying, Lawrence Taylor. But this is a different LT from D.C., from the 202. You're live, man. Holla at your boy.
What's up, man, Law? What's up, Law Nation, all Cowboy fans, man? First, man, I want to say this, just for everybody in the building, man. We got 266 likes. It's 1,243 people in here. I know it ain't all Cowboy haters as the rest of them.
Yeah.
Put that like button, man. Keep it moving.
Smash it, man. Smash
so let me switch it up, man. I must admit my confusion, man. We need trenches.
Right.
I'm happy. I'm happy about Stephon Gilmore. I'm happy about Cooks. But I want a D tackle.
Okay.
I know you played the Michael Parsons wish list earlier.
Yeah.
He said he wanted Deron Payne.
Yeah.
We still ain't get a D tackle yet. I want Chris Worley. I want Chris Worley, man. We didn't get Deron Payne. We didn't get Thomason. I want Chris Worley.
Is it Wormley or Worley?
After that, I'm good. We can go
Worley,
into the draft whoever we want.
Let me see. Chris Worley of the world. No, you mean Chris Wormley, huh?
Wormley, yeah. D tackle.
Wormley, yeah.
D tackle. So if we're gonna get a D tackle, if we're gonna bring Hankins back, we need to go ahead and bring him back. He right now, if you go at spot rack, he in the top 10 of the last D tackles that's free agents right now.
Yeah.
So if we don't get him in the next couple, if we don't get him this week or next week, I don't know if he's still gonna be there after the draft, man.
Man, yeah, DT. They what about Ashawn Robinson?
We can get Ashawn Robinson, but I'm just saying, I like Worley, I like Thompson, because I saw them brothers last year, and they was dogs in the middle.
Yeah,
they kept the linebackers clean, and they kept the ends clean.
Yeah,
you heard Parsons.
Yeah, he wanted
said,
see Parsons.
Look,
I know what Parsons want to do. Parsons want to run free. When you fabricate that interior pressure with twist stunts, it's going to leave responsibilities open on the B gap, right? And then you got to fill those B gaps in because you're trying to squeeze inside the A with your twist stunts or what have you. And then you can do the inside out where you squeeze through the B. But what he want to do is pin those ears back and get to the quarterback. He don't want all of those big bodies on him. And how you isolate that is by lining up at zero, right? Or you can do an even front. And if you got a big boy that consistently just demand two, you will see a whole different animal out of Parsons. So, yeah, I agree. Defensive tackle, a big boy that can give you more than 30 snaps a game. Shoot, that would be nice. Yeah. That would be nice. I feel you, LT.
But I like the value in Cooks. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. He still got speed. He just got to make sure he bring his hands to the camp and to the game. That's all I care about. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Cook, man.
No doubt, man.
He's been doing this thing for eons. So we can, if he brings that to Dallas, we good. Like you said, that's an upgrade from Noah Brown and all them other boys that was dropping that balls.
No doubt, man. Appreciate the LT. We're going to let these other callers in. Appreciate you, fam.
For sure.
All right, man, we rolling until I get tired a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We going to roll. I got Riverside John, man. You live from the 951. Talk to me, man.
What's up, Law? What's the deal, man?
All right, hey, man, we making trades. We making moves over here, man. Talk to me.
We making moves. But let me put my little 2 cents in, man.
Go ahead, collect them. Go get them. Go get them.
I think the trade. I think it made more sense to trade for Brandin Cooks last year when we were in the middle of the season and we needed receiver help really, really bad.
Right.
Like
they wanted a second last season though. They wanted that second, man, and you know. And then it was right before we had to play him, too. So that was the trade deadline. And a lot of teams, they look at it like, well, we would trade a guy, but we ain't finna help you out before you play us. You know what I'm saying? So it was a weird moment, not trying to give the Jones family longitudes and latitudes for it because they said that they came close to a deal, but they couldn't agree with it, and they ran out of ink on the paper. You know what I'm saying? The pen ran out of ink. So all of that other crazy stuff, that's why they didn't get him, and they didn't get Jerry Jeudy. Now, is Jerry Jeudy better than Cooks? In my opinion, he have a higher ceiling, a higher upside than Cooks, but that's a whole nother storyline. But talk to me, man.
So how I look at it is like, I think Cooks trading him right now at this time, I feel like it's a reach, and I feel like this trade was a reach, and you know, I'm glad that we making moves and stuff, but at the end of the day, like the other caller said, I don't really think this brings us over the top as far as, you know, receiving core and stuff like that. I think it was a reach because, you know, we got a guy named Kevontae Turpin that's probably like the same size as Cooks, right?
A little bit smaller though, yeah. But keep going. He's same height wise, a little bit shorter. Yeah,
as height wise, right?
Yeah, short.
And then you know he done some slot. he has slot receiver history too, dating back to his college years, and then in the AFL. I think that's what it's called, the AFL.
The USFL. But here's what the argument is about. You're talking about the new broom versus the old broom, right? And we, unfortunately, last year we couldn't see the full capabilities of Kevontae Turpin. So now what you were saying basically is you would lean on the unknown, right? Versus the known.
I was going to finish. I was going to say, okay, if you want to shoot that down, now, what about just picking up a receiver, a brand new receiver, a healthy young receiver out of the draft within the second or third or the first? Like
that's what they did last year out of Tolbert. That's what they did last year. Yeah, they used a third draft pick. Right? Yeah, that's a high draft pick. A third round draft pick is high for a 4'4" guy that's above 6 foot. They don't know which side of the field to line up on. Right. So that's why.
First though.
A first with your 26th pick, I mean, you don't lose no ground. You don't lose any ground by picking up a veteran guy when you just swapping out a 5th or 6th round draft pick for him. I think that you can still do that. This doesn't leave like the Cowboys with the 26th pick can still get Zay Flowers or Quentin Johnson if he falls that far to the 26th spot. They're not in the dark with not getting a wide receiver in this draft.
So do you think he starts over Hilton, T.Y. Hilton?
T.Y. is not even on this team. I don't know if T.Y. is for one still wanting to play. He'll be 34 this season, right? So what I would do is I will wait until after the draft and call T.Y. I don't think that T.Y. He's on the market right now. I don't think anyone is willing to pick him up before the draft. Because of those reasons.
How old is T.Y.?
33. He'll be 34 this season.
And how old is Cooks?
29. That's 4 to 5 years in between. So I'm not saying that T.Y. is better than Cooks or Cooks better than T.Y., but now it just destroys the age argument, right? Now you got a guy that in the last 6 years had 1,000 yards receiving, had anywhere north of 5 touchdowns, right? So now you got that at least on his resume. Now, is he a guy that's better than DeAndre Hopkins in my opinion? Nope. But you still have that option because I think that the Cards will eventually release DeAndre Hopkins. He's already showed that he wants to play for the Cowboys. And hear me out, DeAndre and this dude that I got on the screen right now, Cooks, they're working out as we speak in Dallas. So a lot of things working out together. So you think some conversation is going on, you know what I'm saying? So just like that, this wide receiver room could look different. John.
But Lord, let me say this last point though, and I'll let you go. Overall, I'm not too much worried because I'm leaning on what Mike McCarthy said when he said that we're going to run the damn football.
Yep.
And with that concept, that I'm really not too concerned about our receiving core because that running game is going to open up wide holes in that receiving in that defensive backfield when we throwing that ball. Dak Prescott is amazing when we run more than we throw it. And that play action, when we get off on that play action, you don't really need the best receiving core to do that. So I know when he's not throwing the ball more times than we running, I know we do way better with that. So if we don't pick up another receiver after this, I feel comfortable because of what Mike McCarthy said. We're gonna run the ball, so I'm gonna hold him to that, man. And I hope he don't go back to that philosophy of Kellen Moore throwing the ball more than we run it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I appreciate you, Riverside, man. Thank you, man. That's my guy.
Appreciate you. How about them Cowboys?
No doubt, man. That's Riverside John, man. All right, so somebody pointed out a good point. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? It can't be a reach when it's a 5th round draft pick. And this is a good move from this perspective. Let's take money and put that to the side, right? And let's take a look at what we already have now. Semi Fehoko and Jalen Tolbert, right? Those are our most recent draft selections out of the wide receiver room. Now there's no immediately a rush to bring those guys out there. Do that make sense? Is this show making sense? Right? My circadian rhythm is still getting together. Now, normally my first meal of the day is anywhere between 12 and 1 o'clock. So I'm still on good path right now. You know what I'm saying? But you guys get what I'm saying, right? That the Dallas Cowboys now don't have to rush those boys out there, and they can still be primarily on your team. And now you can slowly integrate those guys, and even look. Take a real good look at this, even with Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup himself, you don't have to rush him. See, last year, it was CeeDee Lamb. And that's it as far as the wide receivers. And they were like, hey, Noah Brown, he's cool and all. Hey, the other guys that we have, Jalen Tolbert, he couldn't even beat out Dennis Houston. Week 1, we had Dennis Houston, the wide receiver, starting for this team, one of the starters for this team. He was undrafted. So now we look back at this and we would say there's no rush for even Gallup to come back from his elements. You know what I'm saying? His elements. So now you can slowly bring this in. Do that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Do that make sense? Let me know. All right. So on a deep over or on a shallow drag, that's where I think even Jalen Tolbert can eat at. He's a nice size wide receiver, runs a 4.40. I think that now you don't have to rush him out there. All right, I got Christopher Jones, man, here from the 210.
I just want to send the address to somebody.
Hey, Chris Jones, you take care of that, man. I hope all is well, man. All right, from the 712, you're live. All right, from the 409, what's on your mind? We're going to run through these, man. We ain't going to hold hands today. 409, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Law?
Nothing much, man. Holler at me, man.
Man, I just wanted to say, man, I'm not mad about the pick, and I'm not happy about us picking him up. I think it's a good pickup because all we gave up was a 5th and a 6th. But I'm gonna address the elephant in the room, and that's Dak Prescott.
Okay.
We need a receiver that got hands, big, good hands, got reach, got wingspan. We need somebody big, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with him. But we need somebody big with hands. You know what I'm saying? Like Cortland Sutton, D-Hop, or even draft somebody. But we need some hands out there, man.
All hands, T. Yeah, to help Dak out. Yeah, look, man. A guy that's familiar with route running, route concepts, right? But here's my thing. Cobb's had a decent year with the boys, and it was announced.
He reminded me of Randall Cobb. That's exactly
true.
The same pickup.
I don't have to go even talk about my guy. What's the white boy name? The name tip of my tongue. Cole Beasley. You don't have to talk about Cole Beasley now. Cole Beasley came out and said he had his best season with Dak, not even Josh Allen. Believe it or not.
Oh well, I mean it could work, and and I got 2 quick other little things.
Talk to me, man.
I think we need to still keep going after Wagner, and we need to look at Njoku, that boy that played for Jacksonville, that defensive lineman.
Njoku.
Yannick.
Oh yeah, Ngagwe.
Ngagwe. That's
yeah.
Take a look at him, and on the draft, we need to trade up and get that defensive tackle from Georgia, man. If not, go O-line.
Oh, you're talking about Jalen Carter, huh? Regardless of the outfield stuff. Yeah.
We need somebody mean in there.
Mean green machine. You know what I'm saying? Listen to my guy Collier. We can get Mozzie. You know what I'm saying? And the kid from Pitts, man, he's pretty good too. Chancey. I think you say his name.
Yeah,
Chancey, yeah. I'm telling him.
Once we get that D tackle, man, we good.
Oh, okay. All right, let's do that then. Shoot, I'm all gravy with what you said. But here's the thing with Dak Prescott. You're right. It's on him now. They saying, look. You can't say, hey, you don't got no weapons now, dog. You know, we're giving you weapons. We're giving you the coaching staff. They got a Super Bowl championship. Hey, we got rid of Ezekiel Elliott. We're going to bring in another split back that's going to be younger. It's all on him. Now, I don't want to hear that, hey, man, we got rid of Dalton Schultz, who was his a safety blanket. That's the reason why. No. No excuses for my guy, Rain Dakota Prescott.
We got plenty of tight ends back there.
Plenty.
That ain't no excuse.
But appreciate. What's your name, man? I don't got you
Man,
under his Beaumont.
Just add 1,500. Just add 1,500.
Must be another phone.
I call you from all different numbers.
Hold on, fam. Hold tight, then. Hold on tight. Let me put you in here. Right. You called me from the trap phone earlier, right?
Yeah.
I'll put non-trap phone, so you're not in the trap, man.
Nah, we good. We out here. We cooking jerk chicken.
Oh, man, don't tell me, man. I got to eat at the top of the hour, but I appreciate you, fam. Salute.
All right, man.
Yeah, y'all ain't finna mess me up, man. All right, so that's cool. So that's what I wanted to say. I want to get that out right now. I don't want to hear none of this like, hey, the reason why Dak Prescott can't hit these wide receivers because they took away his safety secure blanket out of Dalton Schultz. No, we better find him another blankie. He better. Let me check in on this report right quick. Y'all bear with me. Let me check in on this report. I'm looking. Y'all know I'm looking. Boom. Parsons, he should be up by now. He should be out of church services. Okay. 15 hours ago. They must took his Twitter away from him. All right. Did anybody tweet about this player? Did anybody tweet it? All right, man. We rolling, baby. Hey, all right. We got my guy Bishop Kane from the 945. What's on your mind?
My first off, man, just say what's up to Cowboy night. First and foremost, and congratulations, we got something different. You know, I do agree with a lot of callers. We kind of got Gilmore after, we wanted him.
Yeah.
We kind of got Cook kind of after, we wanted him. But this roster is better than it was 2 weeks ago.
Hold on, Bishop. Before you say anything, according to stats and accolades, Gilmore had a better season than Jalen Ramsey last year. Now you may go.
Oh, yes. Hey, one thing I want to say, hey, you know what? People, we could talk a lot about Cooks, about, hey, maybe you can't say nothing about Gilmore. That was a dang good pickup. Like,
right.
That's a dang good. You talking top 10 corner.
Right.
In the NFL, and he done solidified that for years. And also, you talking about a dude that. A guy like Trayvon, people still, and we got to remind them every once in a while that Trayvon just started playing corner in college.
Yeah.
So you talking about a professional corner, somebody that won defensive player of the year. You know how hard it is for a corner to win defensive player of the year?
Man, talk
now,
to him.
Add that to Trayvon's IQ. Add that mentorship to Trayvon's IQ. Hey, man, they better go and pay that boy real quick. They need to, y'all said, they need to go and pay Trayvon and Terrence Steele, man. Go and get him. Get them two out the way.
Get them out the way, man. Because
Parsons need him. Hey, because Parsons money finna come, CD money finna come. It's a lot of paper finna be passed out around here. So we need to go and get these guys up out the way, especially Terrence Steele. Why he's for the low.
Right.
So we should have signed bro last year when we let Lyell go. We should have been like, hey, look.
Hey, we gonna go ahead and approach this. Yeah. right. We done seen you at your rock bottom, dog. We gonna go ahead and take good care of that. All right, that's what they should. That's what I would have done. That's what I would have told them.
Hey, and I'm gonna have to agree with the last couple of callers, man. When I say, hey, man, we get that D tackle spot, man. This team just looks so different.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a solid play damn near every snap.
Yeah.
D tackle, bro, this team, people don't understand. See, Law, you a football man, and there's a lot of football ladies and gentlemen in this chat. But if you really don't understand, it's hard to explain to y'all, like the impacts that Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, and all these guys had for the offensive line. If y'all could just see what a real D tackle do for your defensive line, man, you think Michael Parsons good now? You think Michael Parsons good now? Boy, please. That boy gonna be running crazy. If it take two people to block this one guy, that mean you can't double Michael? Oh, my God. That's gonna be a crazy defense, man.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you a lot for taking my call, man. Hey.
Anytime, Bishop. Appreciate you, man.
And you know what? My last point is, this Cooks trade did make it to where we don't have to draft a receiver in the first round. Not saying we should.
Right.
We just don't have to. We don't have that. Cooks and that Gilmore trade also freed up our draft because we don't have to get a corner. We don't have to get a receiver. We can, if they fall to us. But
Look,
I feel like
yeah.
now they put us in
You
a
can
better
stay,
position
you can stay true
take
to your
best players.
board. Yeah.
They put us in a way better position to take best player available, and that's the Cowboys. Hey, and when we do that anyway, as you done seen the last 3-4 CD, Parsons, then Tyler Smith draft.
Yeah.
Hey, we look damn good when we take the best player available, man.
There you go.
Because we didn't need CD Lamb when we got CD Lamb, quote unquote, right?
Yeah, man. Good call for you, fam. Thank you so much, man. It's Bishop King. Yeah, it's a good call from. So when you take best player available, ladies and gentlemen, that give you the opportunity. When you're not thinking, hey, when I'm drafting for need. When you drafting for need, you go get a Tristan Hill. When you drafting for need, you go get a Taco Charlton, because that was when they had their reservations on D-Law. And they said, okay, well, we can get D-Law's replacement out of Tacos. Let me know how that worked. You know what I mean? You know, and there were people, I'm not going to call out names, there were people literally saying that, hey, man, sure, with Taco, man, sure, he got just as many sacks as D-Law. I was like, come on, man, don't y'all do that. Don't y'all do that. Levels to this, man. Shelby Harris, we get a defensive tackle now. I mean, look up Shelby. I forgot about Shelby. See, sometimes y'all remind me. Shelby. 2 sacks, 23 hurries, 28 pressures. How many snaps? How many reps? Okay. Right at 700. Okay. All right. Well, all right. Well, Shelby will be all right, you know. Not going to have gaudy numbers as a defensive tackle. I just want them to occupy space. 7 sacks. Yeah, before that, 3. Okay. He'll be a solid piece. I wouldn't be surprised about that. We do. Space Eater. Okay. I'm just looking for a guy that you can plug right in. I really want Osa to stay on this team, and I'm trying to help Osa out with that big boy right next to him. Because Osa going to win. Osa will flat out win his one-on-ones. He just got to be able to get there first. Yeah, I just want a person to be a tick late, and then you will have the one-on-ones, man. All right, appreciate you, Stephen White, with the support. All right, let's roll with it. Who else we got here, man? People been waiting. Shisha Queen to be Queen for the 910 lady, you live.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? Cowboys Nation down there in the Big D.
Yeah.
I was telling you before about the fact that, I had to just kind of like hold my breath while off season.
Right.
It just seemed like waiting in between them doing something. That's that holding the breath period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they, they keep surprising me.
Yeah.
Each time they're surprising me. Now, I wanted them to just go ahead and get, quit playing around and get D-Hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just go on and get him and get that out the way, because I feel like he would have been a better. I mean, do you think that they would still try to get D-Hop even though they got cooked?
I mean, at this point, if the Cards decide to free up some money and cut D-Hop, right, and he's on the open market, then he can walk right. He can walk right to the Dallas Cowboys facility and say, "Hey, I'm willing to pay for this amount of money." Now, the Cards are stubborn a little bit. They finished dead last in their division last season. They paid their quarterback $230 million. I think it's guaranteed most of that money too, by the way. And they have not been on the same page, right? So if the Cards decide to let him go, I'm talking about DeAndre Hopkins. It may be a power play because deadline make deals and they're trying to wait until they get to the draft area to draft their DeAndre Hopkins replacement. Then I can see the Cowboys pretty much picking them up, but I don't think that the Cowboys are willing to give the Cards a second-round draft pick, though. That's the only thing in the way.
And that's okay, because they really are requiring that. They're like stiff on that stipulation, huh? That they would have to have a second round. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, I really wish we could work it out. Do you think that would be a feasible move for Steve to give up a second round draft pick for D-Hop?
You can squeeze them. And then day 2, day 3, or what have you of the draft, you can say, well, we got this 4th round draft pick for you. You want to get rid of them anyway. You let's get you an extra draft pick, and then we can draw up a contract. Hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. You can draw up a contract, whereas if D-Hop hit these type of numbers, we can have it whereas it will automatically go into a 3rd round, a draft pick with conversions to it. You can play around with contracts like that.
Finagling.
Yeah, finagling,
Well, I really hope we do that, but we're headed in the right direction. I feel really good right now. I don't think I felt this good about the offseason in quite some time, because remember last year, when we was waiting, we was complaining almost every single freaking day because they had let Amari go and they wasn't doing nothing.
They wasn't trying to replace him. Yeah.
Right. So I'm really, really happy. I hope that they continue on this path. I hope they fulfill Michael Parsons' dreams of his team that he got going on, whether it's the specific ones that he wants or someone that's, kind of like comfortable for less. So, because Dollar Bill, that's what landlord calls Steve Jones. He called him Dollar Bill. And,
that fits his name, too. Yeah.
So hopefully he will let go of the reins, a little bit and continue on this path. I really feel good right now, like I said, and I hope they continue to let him hang.
Let him hang. I appreciate you. That's Queen Cowboy, y'all. Yes, indeed. Good follower on Twitter. Be sure to check her out. Always bringing some good points to the table passionately. All right, so Cowboy Nation. Todd Archer did say that the Cowboys are out on DeAndre Hopkins on 105.3 The Fan. Shout out to Todd Archer. I do like Todd Archer and his words in his report. And let me just make sure that what he said today is on the same pace for what he meant on 105. All right. All right, so no more other details from Todd Archer. Great follower on Twitter. Follow his words and his stuff over there. I got my guy Lokes, man, from the 972. You live.
Buenos tardes, Law Nation. How
What's
you
good?
doing, man? Hope you're having a good Sunday morning.
Yes, indeed, man. We are.
Hey, just 2 quick points, man. Like the last caller or the 2 callers before, he nailed it right on the head. I mean, adding Cooks helps Cowboys in this draft tremendously.
Right.
And the reason why, Law, like you said, it allows the Cowboys to look for the best player available.
It do.
And that will help Cowboys even more, because on which side of the bar we can even straighten ourselves even more, offensively or defensively, correct? Because you got these two. We already know what Dan Quinn can do with special talent.
Right.
Now let's see what Mike McCarthy can do with, let's see, a new scheme or what we can do with the new system, correct?
Right.
So I think adding Cooks really helps a lot. And, I mean, hey, if you look at Cook's career, he has never had a quarterback to throw him the damn ball. So, I mean, him having Dak, I mean, I know he's head over heels finally going to a contender, and he's always made other quarterbacks better. So, with Dak throwing the ball, I mean, hey, let's see them get that chemistry and let's get going. And last point is any football head should know if you can be physical up front and control the trenches on any side of the ball, you can dictate the football game. And, every caller has said it. We're like maybe 1 or 2 players away from the defensive line, especially D-tackle, right?
Right.
And, man, if Cowboys would get a D-tackle, man, like a true stud, man, I really do think, it's going to be a tough matchup. Whoever for any team that Cowboys face, they're going to look at the Cowboys team and they're going to be like, damn, where the fuck are these holes at? Where can we attack
they're definitely going to say that, man. You're right.
So it's going to be a tough battle, and I truly think The only competition we have in NFC is those damn Eagles. But you know that. but you know what?
What?
The Eagles hate us more than we hate them because Dak has his number. We're 8-3 against them fools, so don't let them Eagles scare you. We're probably going to be, this is my only three teams in my opinion. I'll let you go, Law.
Yeah, go ahead.
49ers, Cowboys, and Eagles. Those are the only 3 teams in the NFC next year that can make some noise. And us being part of that team that can actually make some noise, hey, that's exciting, Law. We haven't had that in a long time. Peace out.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Lokes, man. Good call from him. Let me shoot that bird down. Let me put that bird. Got him. You know what I'm saying? Got that bird. All right, so let's go. I'm going to give y'all some order lineups. I got Banks. I got Action Jackson. I see you, fam. And then we're going to roll into the 1 minute drill. All right, Banks, you're live, fam.
Hey, Law, come right back to me.
Say again.
Can you come right back to me?
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, though. All right, we got Action Jackson. You live.
What's up with it, man?
Nothing to it.
Hey, man, Lobby, you funny. What they say down south, man, you funny as all outdoors.
All outdoors, man.
All outdoors.
Talk to me, man.
And, I like the Cooks pick up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I like the Cooks pick up. But we got to ask ourselves, why is he just getting passed around like that? You know what I mean?
Man, issue.
Is it because of injuries? You know what I mean?
Oh no, he played for every team. He played for good quarterback. He played for Tom Brady. He played for Drew Brees. So yeah.
We gotta ask ourselves, what would be the reason that they wouldn't, hold on to him or latch on to him? I don't know. There's something about that to me. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's just because he was young at that time and he done matured now. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the reason. But me, I feel like in the draft, man, I feel like we should go offensive line and defensive line. I feel like we should go first with the Warren Jones, man. You know what I'm saying? That's,
for Ohio State, huh?
Jones, man. Yeah, man. Man. That's all Eric Williams right there. You know what I'm saying?
Man, don't you know how nasty that would be, man? And then you put Dukes. You let Dukes work with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at see. This is the era that most people do. They look at draft picks and they say that's all that they will ever be, right? But they don't look at the full picture. Like now he's coming into a pro system. He's coming in where you got Duke that's right across the street, and on top of that, they don't have to do homework assignments and stuff. It's all football. All football. That's what they be doing sun up to sundown.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So Duke gonna get him right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He turn him into that beat. He gonna unlock some levels that he didn't know he had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what people don't account for. When you're in college, you're still growing as a man and as a player. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta let that sit there and marinate, you know what I'm saying, blossom into something. And that one more point on defensive tackle, man. I think really if Gibbs falls in the first round to us, I think we should go with Gibbs. You know what I mean, as a running back. But that's just another subject for another day. But defensive tackle, we gotta quit sleeping on Calais Campbell, man. You know what I'm saying? Just for him, what he knows about the game could be, very, monumental to teaching these young guys, bro.
Well.
Not only what he can steal, but I still think he can make some plays for us.
Well,
we bring back Hankins and Campbell. I think that'll be a good little combination. Or Ashawn Robinson and Calais Campbell. I think that would be two, you know what I mean? Legit signings like them. But we got to get B-Wag, man. We got to get B-Wag because that's going to open Parsons up.
Man, I feel you on that, man.
But yeah, that's all I had to say, Law, man. Gonna keep doing what you're doing, bro.
No doubt, man. So, hey, bring him in, man. Bring old boy in for a cup of coffee, and we'll see what we can get out of Calais Campbell as far as his knowledge what he brings to the table. Good call from you, Action Jackson. All right, so who's all in on my guy? Who's all in on my guy? Calais Campbell, bringing him in for a cup of coffee or some inshore, you know what I'm saying? Let's bring him in for some inshore, Let's bring in Calais Campbell for a cup of or bottles of Ensure and a cup of coffee, you know what I'm saying, and to help solidify that defensive front because he is 37 years of age. In football years, it's like 57 as far as the spot and the skill set that he does out there for the table. So bring him in for some Ensure. Let me leave him alone before he get fooled around, picked up on his team, and I had to run up on him on training camp. You know. All right, so I got Banks, man. I'll circle back to you, man. You live.
Law, what's up, man? You
None.
crazy, man. You should bring a man in for some Ensure, man. Come on, man. Oh, come on, man.
You know, he gonna fool around here, man. He like, hey, man, where's that guy Law at? Yeah. I just want to see Law. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Calais Campbell been about since he started, man. He was like 21 going on like he was going on about 40, man. That big dude, man.
That's a big dude, man.
Look,
oh, my gosh, man. Go ahead.
But look, man, Law, I missed the start of the show, man. I was on the road. I was just in the gas. I said, why Law come to me when I'm in the gas station? But anyway, man, yeah. Hey, look, man, I seen this. I was late to it. I was driving, but, yeah, man, I'm glad we made the move, man. You know, people talking about, you know, I know some people, Brandin Cooks, man. Just look at the resume, man. He's a 1,000-yard receiver.
Right.
Multiple times, multiple seasons.
Yeah.
And he's younger than you know, other than Judy, anybody else, you know, we want to go after.
Yeah.
But you know, definitely, man. I still think Tobin and the boys. I think Tobin will come along. Turpin. You know, I think there was a Kellen Moore effect on them boys. But I'm just happy we made the move, man. I was waiting for your show earlier, man, because I already got a Flame Odell talking about $4 million or whatever. But you know, you can't even stay on the field. But one thing we know, we got a guy that can stay on the field, you know, and Brandin Cooks, man. I'm just happy we made the move.
Yeah, we did.
I do agree with the other caller. I would like to get I still like to bring Bobby Wagner in, man.
You bring him in, man.
If we can. Yeah, you know, because you know, Anthony Barr, you know, we wanted Anthony Barr last year, but he showed us why the Vikings let him go. You know, his play recognition was just kind of off. But I don't. He's definitely not gonna have that. I think, you know, bump him inside, man. You know, at the mic, and hey, Van Ness played the week. I mean, he played the weak side linebacker. Bring him in and have him at the wheel, man. So I think that'll be a good tandem back there. You know, like you said, that free Michael Parsons up.
Man, yeah, let's do that, man. And
I think that'd be good.
I think Parsons, he wanted to bring in my guy Calais Campbell. So yeah, I mean, all of that stuff will work out. You know, some of these guys get what they want out of this thing, and I think that'll be a good situation for the Cowboys, regardless. You know, somebody who been here before, somebody that can help out us in so many ways. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and look, we got a core. Hey, no more excuses for Dak, man. I've been on the Dak train for the last since he's been in the league, man. But you know, that playoff game left me sour, bro.
No doubt, man.
I was just, you know, I was ready to ship him off.
I met a fella at Walmart. I met a fella at Walmart about 2-3 weeks ago, and we was talking about Dak Prescott. I had me a carton of ice cream that I've been got. I had to end up taking that carton of ice cream back because it melted. Because we was talking about Dak Prescott in that playoff game. So, and then he eventually said, you know what, Law, you flat out right on that point right there. So he got to be able to stand tall and be the one that win the game, right? Because even with John Elway in the Super Bowl, remember him with the yellow teeth? You know what I'm saying? He could have threw the ball, but remember, he reached up. Come on, I promise y'all go back and watch that highlight. John Elway, man, at 57, however old he was, he ran off there and he stretched. He ran for it. He could have threw the ball. Remember, he stretched for to get that touchdown. You know what I'm saying? And that's him saying, hey, man, I'm old, man. I've been doing this thing for a long time. I'm not finna throw the ball and cause a turnover. I'm finna run the ball at 57. You know what I'm saying? Dak got to figure out how to do the same, man. Talk to me.
Real quick, I just want Dak to be the one. Be a guy be an off-schedule guy.
Yeah.
If Kellen Moore, you calling a play,
Yeah.
A key player, you want to go to Noah Brown, and you know you should be going to CD. Switch it up and go to CD. Get off schedule some.
Yeah.
Hey, they might be mad, but get off schedule some, man.
Yeah.
Go to your guy. You know, and we've seen that too many times last year. Kellen Moore and that trusted Noah Brown a little bit.
Well,
but I do believe you got receivers of trust, man. You just got to be off schedule sometimes, man. You can't just be by the script. And Kellen Moore, he literally called from a script. You know, it's like he never went off schedule and played to the scheme, you know, of the defense.
Yeah.
You know what they were playing. You know what I'm saying? So
no doubt, man. I
hopefully,
appreciate
man,
you, Banks, man. Keep holding it down, man. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. That's a good call from Banks, man. Good observation. All right. So I tell you what, when 12 o'clock hit, that's when we go to the 1 minute deal. I got B-Bird. B-Bird, you live from the 409.
Hey, what's up, Law?
Not much, man. Holla at me, man.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, so I want to give a shout out, man. It's gonna sound strange, but I'll come back to it. Give a shout out to Eagles, man.
Okay. That do sound strange.
So in the '90s, man, when Jimmy Johnson got here, what he decided to do when he said this, that hey, I got to win my division.
Right.
And so what he did was he set out to beat the New York Giants and the Washington football team. Well, what that meant though was you were beating two teams that won like 3
Super Bowls. Yeah.
Super Bowls recently.
Yeah.
So that means that if you beat them, you can actually challenge for the Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why when they did that and they won the division, they went on to win the Super Bowl. Why? Because even in the playoffs, your division was tougher than the playoffs.
It was tough.
So let's go back to last year. So last offseason we didn't do much. Why? Because man, we swept our division, and we were dominating our division. And so the Cowboys was like, man, we ain't really got to do a whole bunch. Why? Man, we beat everybody in the division last year. We went 6-0. They can't touch us.
Yeah.
Well, here comes Philadelphia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now Philadelphia comes in and make all these moves, and they go get the number 1 seed overall and make the championship game. So now the Cowboys say, okay, we got to build our team to beat that team.
Yeah.
And so they can't just rely on the draft. Now you got to go get free agency and do all this other kind of stuff and get into it. So I think if we dominate like we did before, they'll be like, we're good enough. But that's why I said shout out to Philadelphia, because they raised the bar, and now we have to raise our bar too in the offseason to get with them. And I think what that's going to mean is they made the Super Bowl last year. That means that, man, we're going to be up there.
Yep.
So I just like the move, man. I like the compensation we gave up for it, which we didn't give up much at all. So kudos to the front office, man, on this one. I've got on it before about things.
Yeah, you did.
But kudos to the front office on them. Yeah. And so you got to give flowers when you're supposed to.
No doubt, man. Good call from you, B-Bird. You know, hey, you threw me for a loop and said, congratulations, shout out to the Eagles. I was like, But they do stretch the mind for what they did. Yeah, competition is competition. And they probably said to themselves, shout out to the Cowboys the year before.
Absolutely.
Right before you leave. They did say shout out to the Cowboys on laying out the blueprint on how to beat the Niners. Remember that? One of their players said that. Yep. So appreciate you, man.
Good day. I'll continue listening, man.
No doubt. That's B-Bird, y'all. B-Bird, good call from him. All right, so this was tweeted out from John Machota. This is the potential starting lineup for the Cowboys. This is the offense and, I believe, the defense. So here we got Dak Prescott. You got Tony Pollard. You got CeeDee Lamb. Your wide receiver number 2 now is Cooks. Your 3 will be Gallup. You got Jake Ferguson, your starting tight end, and your left tackle, Tyron. Guard, Tyler. Zach Martin would be your right guard. And then, of course, your center is Tyler Biadasz. And your right tackle is Terrence Steele. So that's your team. That's your lineup. Is that lineup better than what it was last season? You can give me a yes or a no in the comment box. As far as your defensive side, D-Law, your D-end, your defensive tackle, Osa, Quentin, Big Bo, Hannah is your other interior guy who we all technically sleeping on Big Bo a little bit. We sleeping on Big Bo. Rightfully so, though. Big Bo need to show us a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But neither here nor there. You got Michael Parsons, Leighton Vander Esch, Damone Clark, Trayvon Diggs, Gilmore, Delron as your / nickel corner, and he got Jordan Lewis there. Dono, Malik Hooker, and J-Rock as your safeties on your strong side. So do y'all like that? Give me a comment in the chat with a yes. If you don't, just tell me no. Where do we need to improve at? Where do we need to improve at? I'm looking clearly on this list. We need to go ahead and re-up Terrence Steele, although he can play this year under a $3.4 million deal or something like that, since he is an unrestricted free agent. But I would tell you, since he is a restricted free agent, right? He's a restricted free agent, yeah, with a tender tag on him. O-line, D-line. All right, this is from Ben. O-line, D-line. I can agree with that. Yeah, I can agree with that. All right, let me let some more guys in on this call. Let me get my guy, Coach Marv. And you're live, Coach, from the 803.
Hey, what's going on, Law?
Nothing much, man. I'll let me.
Good value for the trade that we got. That was for a 5th round and a 6th round next year.
Yeah.
Was good. You'll get that pick back anyway with losing some free agents, so you'll get that pick back, that 6th round pick back the next year, or probably even better pick back for losing Conor McGovern in the free agency.
You're talking about a comp pick just depending on how these players play. Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. So you're gonna get that back. You probably get a comp pick if. So those that we really got him basically for nothing for a 1-year rental,
right?
And then you got area to re-sign him if he does real well,
right?
To bring him in. I think his speed is still there. It's crazy. I'm going to agree with Brandon on something. I do have concerns. Always have concerns when a guy's been moved around that much. I kind of look at what type of coaches he's been with and organizations he's been with. And it seems like he's been under some good coaches and good organizations. So when you get moved around like that, sometimes I don't know what's the fit or how is he in the locker room? Is he that type of guy? But I think we got enough in the locker room where it wouldn't affect us. We just want to get the production out of him, and he just a stopgap to see if we can bring along somebody else. There's 3 moves that we need to make.
Right.
That I would say. I don't know where we on with Hankins.
Right.
If you look at we still got money. We got good money. We got good money because if you look at our if Law of you was able to, I know you done pulled up the salary cap tracker. If you go down to the bottom of the salary cap tracker, the ones the $750,000 guys, there's a lot of guys on the bottom of that list down there for $750. You can put 3 or 4 of those guys together and get about $4 million.
Yep.
That's not really gonna make this team, or you can replace them in the draft. So you got some guys that you still can't let go to add some room. Hankins is one. If you're not gonna go out and get another big name free agent with the defensive tackle, I still would think the coach is still selling. I would throw another pick out there if we can get DeForest Buckner. I think you can get him for peanuts if they're selling. They just want to pick and clear his room. So. But that's just a far chase. I think we should need to sign Dante Fowler. We still need that 4th defensive lineman to pass rush, and Dan Quinn's system does rotate linemen.
Yep.
So that's his style. And if you look at Dante Fowler's numbers compared to the amount of snaps, they was outstanding.
Yeah, they were outstanding, but over a larger resume, and for a guy that I think that's still got a higher upside and still young, is Yannick Ngakoue. He's from the Colts. They got him on a free agent market too, so you can probably pick up a Yannick juxtaposed to a Dante Fowler.
Well, I think Dante Fowler Yes, but with Budget Jerry, you don't have to be too budget conscious, but you have to be decent with him because he wants to be here. So that's no doubt he wants to be here.
Yeah.
But you can't be too low balling. But if you make a decent deal, not top rank deal, he would be in Dallas. So I don't know about the other free agent guy, but and then you talking about a backup guy, and I think we're going to need to draft a defense again in the draft because we need to start the process of replacing DeMarcus Lawrence. I know we got Sam Williams, but you still need to replace. You just can't replace with one guy. Just like you were saying, if you got the replacement, you still need to draft to get another guy.
Yeah, and here's what I got to say before I let you roll, Coach. The Cowboys, they see from the Cowboys' perspective, they think that edge rushers are sexier picks than interior guys. And what will happen here, with that point, they fool around and probably draft a Miles Murphy versus going to get a guy that's from the inside, like the Pitts kid, Cansey. You know what I'm saying? So those are things that I've tried to avoid at all costs. I would prefer the Cowboys to pick up a Yannick who day one would be your starting guy, and then you can rotate Sam Williams in, and then Dorrance Armstrong, he's in a contract year, and Fowler, if he want to come back for peanuts, then he can be that basher role. You know what I'm saying? How we had Basham here, and then we end up releasing him midway through the season. If that could be a situation, that defensive lineup is a whole lot better, in my opinion, versus us going out there drafting a Miles Murphy.
All right. Well, let me say this, Rat. Two other things. All right. And yeah, we talked about the defensive line. The second thing we need to go out and get us a veteran free agent running back. Now, we think we're going to do this. If this defense is going to be where it needs to be, we need to give these defense as less snaps so they can be dominant, not just good. But if we need to get a veteran free agent running back in here, we need to go with full round. I'm not saying we don't need to draft a running back,
right?
But we need to get a veteran free agent running back because Tony Pollard and Davis are not what I call feature backs. They're weapons. They are what we call specialty backs,
right?
To me. So now, and the other thing, I think our secondary now is probably one of the best secondaries because Gilmore is a great corner. I'm okay with our safeties. I think but if we wanted to really explode, we could have the best linebacker core in the NFL with Parsons, Wagner, and Clark.
Right.
The fastest linebacker core, because even with Wagner not speed, but you got two guys, and that will make Parsons a true chess piece of a queen that can move all over the board, and this will set this defense to another level. You will have the best linebacker core and the best secondary core, probably 1-2 in the NFL, and you will dominate there.
No doubt, Coach Marv. Appreciate you for calling in. That's Coach Marv, y'all.
All right.
Yes, good call from him. All right, so appreciate everybody for calling in. We're gonna turn on the 1 minute drill. I appreciate everybody. We can get to everybody that's been in here waiting and what have you. But Coach Marv brought in some good points and valid points. But I would tell you guys that when we look at it and we think about this team, you still can look at it. Where my thing at? Hold on, y'all bear with me. Take this overlay off. But you know, Coach Marv, I appreciate you, bro. Here you go. Boom. Let's put Cooks back up there. The veteran running back thing. The Cowboys might wait until after the draft to bring in a veteran running back. What if I told you guys? I'm going to use this theory right here. Bear with me. Hear me out, Cowboy Nation. We had 6 running backs in 2016. 6 of them. Who remembered Alfred Morris? Lance Dunbar, right? We had Darren McFadden. We drafted Ezekiel Elliott that year. We had Keith Smith, Rob Smith. We had a lot of guys. The Cowboys may be looking at this thing saying, hey, we'll wait till after the draft to bring in a veteran running back to help alleviate some of these things. And on top of that, let me know about this, Cowboy Nation. In 2016, the running back Ezekiel Elliott, it took him 2 games to get his feet right? To find his landmarks to explode and accelerate. Now, let me ask you all that's right here now. Who is a better running back? The 2016 Ezekiel Elliott or the 2023 Tony Pollard? That's how we got to look at that. That's how we got to look at that. So what I'm saying is, if it took even Ezekiel Elliott to get things back, if it took him that time to get back, then yeah. It's going to take a little minute for Tony Pollard to get things going, right? And this is no shade. None of that was thrown at Tony Pollard. It's just that I want to temper you guys' expectations. I want you all to look at it from a different lens, right? Right? So, Zeke, no debate. Right. 2023 when he get fully healthy. Yeah. Sugar Daddy, when I feel you. So, what I'm saying is, Zeke gone. Zeke out of here. But the reality is, just bring in a veteran running back like Coach Marv said. And he's somebody strangling, somebody on the street. And you don't have to rush it now. You definitely don't have to rush it now. Why, Law? Why, Law? Why you don't have to rush it? Because when the team draft their running back, the running back that they already got on their team, they might release that said running back, right? Oh, I would like Kareem Hunt. I would like to have somebody else here, yes. But just be patient with this one on the running back room situation and scenario. But you can still, Cowboys, you can still draft the running back. For crying out loud, we had 6 running backs in 2016 on this team. All right, I got 831, then I got the 815 and the 254. 831, you're live. Talk
Law
to me.
Nation, how you doing, my man?
Not much. Talk to me.
Good morning. So, hey, listen, as a Cowboy fan base and at the Cowboys aficionados, I think we're used to, the big glamour, the big flash,
Right.
and the Cooks deal now. I mean, we are doing things a little bit different, whereas I think we're being very smart and very diligent with what we're doing. We used to get, 2 to 3 5th or 6th round draft picks and just go get, end garbage players. Whereas now what we're doing with those comp picks is we're bringing in solid leadership guys that can come in and contribute. Gilmore's, the Cooks. Let's not forget that, we did try to trade for him last year to almost give up a 2nd round pick, whereas now we're giving up a 5th and a 6th for the following year.
Right.
And Cooks does bring that speed element, right?
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate the good call from him. All right. Great analysis on that. So now what he's saying, basically, we are utilizing some of these comp picks to bring in someone. And that can be an impact now. That's a good call from him. I got the 815, you live. Brandon Ross, you live.
Yeah, I just hold my picture up because I'm about to go in. Quickly, is my picture up? Okay. First, it was laughable about Michael Brockers, but we talk about Sean Robinson, joke. Calais Campbell, bigger joke. Moving on. Love the Gilmore pick, although we wanted him like 2-3 years ago. I give a golf clap for the Brandin Cooks pickup. we wanted him a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I know Law and his fans don't like when I bring this guy's name up, but I am sorry. We doing all of this, and Law, you said you had a projected roster from Machota. Who is the projected quarterback? Who is that guy?
Dak.
Oh, it's Dak. Law don't like when I talk about Dak, y'all. So if y'all notice, his energy might be a little down because you're talking about that. The quarterback didn't change. The receivers have changed. The O-line can change. The offensive coordinator can. Your quarterback still.
Hey, man, good call, man. All right, so basically, he was saying that we are moving a little slower, right? And on the projected roster, yes, we got all of these good things, but Dak Prescott is still the quarterback. So we will figure it out, man, down the line. Hey, shout out to you, Brandon, man. Tomorrow, call in, man, when you have more time. I appreciate you, man. All right, from the 303, you're live, man. 303, you're live.
It's Alpha. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Go.
So I got a question for you. What does Philly, Leon Lett, and Randy have in common?
Philly, Leon Lett, who? And Randy Moss?
And White.
I don't know, man. Talk to me, man.
Well, they defensive tackles and rings. Whenever defensive win, the Rams putting us out the playoffs. We don't have dominant defensive tackle. We can't get gritty when it's time to get gritty. We just get there like we need that, Law.
We do, man.
Secondary people, they're great. We need that gritty ball.
Yeah, we do need that, man. But I feel you, bro. Get you an interior guy, man, that can help solidify everything, and everything will work his way out, man.
Damn, man. Hey, you have a good one, brother. Take care.
No doubt, man. Good call from him. All right, 404, you live.
You got me?
Yep.
Yeah, this is Paul Bishop from Atlanta. We talked late last season about Kellen Moore, and we had a lively conversation. But what I want to talk about now is how often our fans complain about everything they do. I mean, I think we could have traded a 7th rounder for Jesus, and they would have questioned if he could still walk on water or not.
Yeah.
Cooks has been an outstanding impact player, and you're not asking him to come in and be a number one. Yeah. You're asking him to come in and be an elite, make an elite role player. That's what you're asking him to do. And I think that you don't have to worry about him getting injured or that kind of thing because you're looking for him to fit in.
Right.
The other places he's been, they've asked him to be a number one guy, and he couldn't fit the bill and he couldn't get paid. That's why he's bounced around, to answer your other caller's question.
Okay, true
they
that.
wanted him to be a number one, and he's not that.
So
I think that we filled a hole there. Thank you, Law.
No doubt, man. Good call from him, man. Yeah, it's different storylines on what you asked to do or what you got to do.
The conference has been locked.
All right, the rapid phone calling is going good so far, man. Y'all getting y'all points out. And, yeah, we going to go over everybody. I'm going to get to all of y'all. we going a little overtime today. All right, 210, you in.
Yes, sir. Using your analogy, if you think you're good there, draft twice. So that being said, with the second pick in the NFL draft, the Dallas Cowboys will be selecting Hendon Hooker.
Okay.
Added to the team.
You said in the first, with the 26th pick or in the 56th? Second round. Okay. Yeah, Hendon Hooker, pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I like that, but I mean, you know, he's the last one standing out of that 2016 draft, so it might be time to look elsewhere, you know what I mean?
No doubt, man. Sure. Draft a quarterback. If you're not comfortable or sure of your quarterback, there's nothing wrong with drafting a quarterback every year.
Right.
Nothing wrong with it.
I mean, Hendon Hooker is going to be better than Benanti, or it's going to be better than Cooper Rush.
Damn!
Yes, indeed, baby. So, with that being said, man, shoot, you fool around and drafted Hendon Hooker. I see somebody put Tanner McKee, baby. Put Tanner McKee on his team. But that's just what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. D Shift, man, you live from the 409.
Hey, what's good, Law?
Not much, man.
Man, it's craziness, right? See, the whole thing about the running back thing is that we just went through Murray, Zeke, and now Pollard talking about the things that we were either going to invest in them. When the Marco Murray's case, like, that's too much.
Right.
And then Zeke, we invested in them. We shouldn't have given them that much money.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, it's man, sit Zeke, start Pollard. But now it's like, I don't think he was worth the franchise tag. So I don't know what's going on with his fan base, honestly. I don't know. That's just fans, right?
Yeah, fickle. Yeah.
As far as the second round thing, this whole Hendon Hooker idea, guess what? You're going to be in the same boat. You're going to have a quarterback that's going to need time to develop, and when he's not Patrick Mahomes from day one, y'all going to want to draft another quarterback. We keep hustling backwards, Law. I like these picks, man. Like, I had my house insulated, right?
Right.
Had a good weatherization of it, right?
Right.
And now my AC, it was okay, but I had so many holes that needs to be sealed up, right? And they come through and caulk every little hole. They got me some new insulation, and they filled up the holes. And guess what?
Damn!
No doubt, bro. Good call from man.
Whoa!
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Ooh-wee. Thank you. Let's go. I got D Shift, man. Good call from him, man. From 254, you're live.
Damn!
For the 281, man. Big Pimpin', man. You live.
Hey, Law, thank you for accepting my phone call, man. Hey,
No doubt.
and remember back in the day when we won them Super Bowls, right?
Mm-hmm.
We used to have to had them big nasties on the offensive line.
Right.
And then we had them big nasties on the defensive line, right? And then we was running with a fullback, and then we had that big boy, Emmitt Smith. Okay, so if he want to go back being all physical and all of that, like San Francisco did us, okay, so we need to go on and get us a good fullback, get us work on that line like you were saying, and go back being nasty, and before we can hit them boys in the mouth. And then they won't be talking all that noise about us because we hit them in the mouth. I understand we got a good defense, but like you said, that we need to get us some big defensive tackle like some Vince Wilfork, them big 340, 350-pound defensive tackles like that would stay off our linebackers, and then we can sit up there and do what we need to do. But we need to get physical and quit trying to be finesse. We need to get physical. Once we get physical, then we be intimidated. Then they won't be sitting up there doing what they have to do and let us hit them in the mouth.
No doubt. Just rapid phone call and go hard, baby. Look, we got like 80 people in here. I'm getting one, y'all, one by one. 682, you live, fam. Talk to me, man. 682. Woo, I'm about to hit Dale. Yeah. Go ahead. Your time starts now, man. Go ahead.
And, I've been looking at Fish, and Fish been talking about Austin Eckler. What about our chances with him, getting him?
I mean, he's a wide receiver that can catch out of the backfield, run in between the splits, running back type of guy, scat back. I don't see him as a full all-purpose back, but now you got more of the same. Remember, we got lightning out of Tony Pollard. You will have lightning out of Austin Eckler. You will have a little lightning out of Malik Davis. He is definitely not a bell cow type of running back. So where's the thunder?
Well, that's true, but we're talking about Bijan, but what about the guy behind Bijan, Roschon Johnson?
Roshan. Okay. You can probably scoop him up in the third or the fourth, but I don't know, man. I think that the Cowboys still draft a running back, but they're going to pick up a guy in free agency like I'm predicting, like they did in 2016.
Last one.
Damn.
All right, man. I got the 662, man. You live.
What's up, Law?
Not much.
Hey, now, how you feel about it, Brandon? I know I heard you talk about Brandin Cooks. So you ready to have D-Hop over Brandin Cooks?
I think D-Hop is better than Brandin Cooks, but yeah, go ahead.
Right at this age right now, D-Hop, we need a guy that takes the top off the field. D-Hop ain't running behind nobody. He ain't running past nobody. He's a good possession receiver. He'll be a good receiver. But I think Brandin Cooks right now fits better in the Cowboys scheme because they need somebody to take the top off the field.
True.
D-Hop right now ain't running past nobody. D-Hop and CD is kind of similar. They similar the same. Like they play like the same style. And you need somebody on the opposite side of CD that can take the top off the field. And Brandin Cooks can do that. You know, I'm glad they picked him up for that cheap. Now, I would like to have D-Hop still go get him, but I doubt they still go get him. But D-Hop, you know, right here, he's 32, 31. He's not running past nobody.
He's 30. Yeah, they the same age. Appreciate you, man.
Damn.
Good call from him, though.
Whoa.
That's a good call. Good call from 616. You in the mix. You live.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
So I heard you saying earlier that you thought we owed Brandin Cooks $20 million. Mike Fisher said we only owe him $12 million.
I already corrected it about an hour ago. Yeah, corrected it about an hour ago. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
All right, that's all I wanted to say.
Oh, that's all you want to say? Well, appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah.
Damn.
Yes, indeed. But you still have to rework the contract and the numbers there, I say. Shout out to everybody. That was the last caller, man. For real. We ran through some good calls on that. Here it is. I'm not trying to be I'm right guy. I'm never going to be that guy to say, hey, I'm right with the numbers and things like that. And when news first hit, I've already went over the numbers or what have you. So granted, you guys can rewind the episode and see that I looked up and then someone reminded me it was 12 million versus 18 million. But we splitting hairs right here for anybody to say that, hey, man, this dude is wrong. I'd rather give you guys raw report and be this way versus somebody who who got to report everything as it relates to they work for ESPN or NFL Network. I think y'all like these vibes a little bit better, and the results states for itself. I don't see anybody up here with the law anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know, I think that y'all like the raw law versus me putting a 3-piece suit on and said, hey, man, you know, reporting live from ESPN. You know, nah. I think y'all like it this way better. Because I don't think that anybody will be able to turn to ESPN or NFL Network and they hit this button. But I love y'all to the moon and back, Cowboy Nation. As it relates to that, I appreciate y'all, man. We've been live for so long. Just rewind. I gave you guys unbelievable time frames throughout the day. And for the fire drill, 1 minute fire drill, you got 60 minutes. You can't do a reel longer than 1 minute, right? On shorts or what have you. And you got 1 minute. And that's a lot of time, baby. But neither here nor there. Cowboy Nation, they done picked up Brandin Cooks. I'm still not satisfied. This team still need to get back to work. We're not satisfied. We're going to continue to push the P. Apply the pressure, baby. Keep applying the pressure. Let them know, hey, we need to shore up this defense. We need to continue to grind. Hey, we need to solidify this dude needs over here. And his name is Michael Parsons. Let's listen to him once again.
Dude, you know, I'm a man of the people for sure.
Man of the
I'm
people.
with the people.
What are we missing in Dallas?
I feel like we're right there.
Right.
We're 2 plays away.
Yeah.
We're 2 or 3 plays away. I know it sounds cliche to always say it, and we just got to be more accountable, more aware, and then we got to go after in free agency too.
What areas?
I would like to see us get I like Deron Payne a lot.
He gone.
More big bodies in the middle.
Yeah. You got too many rushers.
Yeah, you got too many speed guys. It's something we talked about. It always worried me about you guys. Right.
I would love to get a big body corner out there. I hope we keep LV, and everyone else wants a receiver. We might as well get a receiver too.
So they solidified all of the things that he wanting, but one little spot, and that's interior guy. So that should be the next angle that the Cowboys do. Now, we do have the draft that's right around the corner next month, and there are some big boys that we can get out of this draft. Not saying that those guys can be the end-all, be-all. Not saying, ladies and gentlemen, that even Parsons is talking about Big Bo, right? Or Carlos Watkins. He's not talking about those boys. But he know what this team needs, right? And, yeah, he like Calais Campbell. Bring that brother in for a cup of coffee or a couple bottles of Ensure. Bring him around. Let's continue to figure out ways to develop this team even better. I thank y'all for this journey. I thank y'all for this run. Shout out to those who gave donations. We're going to try to reach your super chats. Man, we've been live for over 3 hours. Talib says, appreciate you. Let's go get John Kidner as a quarterback coach. I appreciate you. Law Bejan is the real deal. I hate you won't find him. And okay, I see. I read that one. All right, so I pretty much read all of these super chats already. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, Jenkins. What did you just say? Did you submit a super chat? I don't see it, man. It's not up here. Here we go. Okay, I see it. Everyone keeps saying drafting the offensive line first round. Where are they going to play? Bench, Tyron, or Steele? All for an offensive line, but no first round. I am Allen. We went over this on the final word. Last season, when the Cowboys drafted Tyler Smith, who were we benching, right? We said that, hey, that was a futures move for a left tackle. And then, lo and behold, before the season went off and before the season was over with, before the season even started, right, Tyler Smith had to be flexed at left tackle. It goes back to one of the callers that said that what I always say, and this was a phrase from Bill Parcells, if you think you're great at a spot, draft again. Let me repeat, if you think you're great at a spot, draft again. And there's no 1,000% surety that these guys will stay starting. 4 out of the 5 guys moved around on that offensive line. There's only 5 guys on the offensive line, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that we better our best. Terrence Steele coming off of an injury. We don't know what he looks like. Hey, Tyron Smith, although we love his contract, there's still reservations on whether or not that brother will be able to play for 17 weeks. So if you got a tackle that's high on your board, don't window dress it. Make sure you go out there and draft that dude. If it's a DeJuan Jones, I like that kid. If it's Ford or Paris or what have you, if he falls to the 26th spot and you got him high on your board, which I doubted he'll fall that far, you draft him. Don't play around with your food. The offensive lineman, that is one spot that you can't play around with musical chairs with. You see what happened. Look, goes back to what I said with the Kansas City Chiefs. That is one of the greatest quarterbacks we've seen in the last 10 years. Pat Mahomes, one of the better throwers of the ball, even when they had Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and a gang of wide receivers and running backs. They couldn't do anything in the Super Bowl when that front 5 wasn't there. Let me know if I'm lying. When that front 5 went down, they lost the Super Bowl. They lost the Super Bowl. They lost the Super Bowl. They couldn't move the ball against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let me know if I'm lying. I'll hush. The first thing that they did was went back, regrouped everything, and said, you know what? Let's re-solidify the offensive line for their team. They went and got pieces. Even in this offseason, coming off of a Super Bowl win, after lifting up the Lombardi Trophy, the first move the Kansas City Chiefs made was interior, on offense and defense. Where do you win the game? Down in the trenches. Even with one of the better throwers of the balls that everybody can come out here to say that it is that dude, Pat Mahomes. They invested where in the interior. So all I'm saying is Kansas City Chiefs in the next 4 or 5 years, they're going to be still in contentions of the Super Bowl because they're building their house the right way. You got to make sure that your core is together. If you've seen someone, you know they know how to work out really well when their core is together. You can't fake stomach muscles, although you can put those cheap ones in you. But if you don't have a real core, your base is all off. It don't matter how big your biceps are. It don't matter how strong your legs are. If you don't have a core, you're going to fall right down to your knees when somebody punch you in your stomach. And it's not about the size, it's the fight of the man. And it's also all about how you work your interior of your core. Your tape should be built the same way. The core. And sometimes people just got dog nasty mentalities. They say 2 type of people you don't want to fight. There's a person that lays shingles all day, and that's sheetrock. You know, little boys will let them sheetrock all day, man, they'll beat you up. You know what I'm saying? You don't care how big your muscles are or how you flex and shoot. They know that core strength knock you down to your ground. Yes, indeed, boy. Them people are throwing that sheetrock all day, boy. Everything starts up front. I feel you, fam. All right, in the departing ways, appreciate y'all so much as we get on up out of here. Thank y'all so much for your love and adulations. Be sure to smack that like button. Let it know that law is here, right? You know? Shoot it down. Yup. And we gonna get back there, man. Eastside Harold, you okay over there, Eastside? He said y'all still celebrating Brandin Cooks. But let me ask you, Eastside Harold, a true and honest question from me to you. Although I know that you love the Cowboys, and you one day, or you very much so, got a Cowboys jersey on right now, you know. But let me ask you this true question right here. Is Brandin Cooks better than your boy that's over there now, Noah Brown? Is he better? Let me know. I want to know. Eastside Harold, let me know. But write these things down, because I really enjoy you all for tuning in. It's about your heart, your soul, and sinew, determinations. How bad do you want it? Maybe Noah Brown could be that guy. But time says a lot. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you all hold everything tawny and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, Noah Brown, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind. If you will simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and scarcity, with faith, hope, and confidence and stirred pertinacity, if neither cold poverty or famish or fame or sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, guess what, Cowboy Nation? And even Noah Brown, he can get it. Shout out to East Side, man. He a good guy. He just loved the Cowboys more than he loved his Texans. That's why he's here. And that's why you all are here. Because you can't get this level of content anywhere on the world, on the map. But you can get it here on Law Nation from Law Nation Studios. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Come on, baby. Riggs, I'm getting too old for this. Let's go, baby. Hey, we can run it up now, baby.
Damn.
Let's run it up. Roll those crates.
Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, yeah.
Come on.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Time me go get something to eat.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to
Happy Sunday to you all. Eastside Harold, Jason Winfro. We don't wipe them 304s. Cody, Common Sense Lab. Shout out to you. Jesse, Chris, Dexter, K-Dub, D-Will, Razor, Ramon, King, G. What's good? Gibbs, what's good? Dow Kyle, Kobe. Shout out to you. Derek, shout out to you. Dennis, Dez Bryant. Shout out to you, Venom God. JD from DC. Hey, Ernest, Chris, the YouTube critic, Brian, LT, J SoCal. They made home selling Keller Williams preferred to leave. Thank y'all for the support. Let's go. Call it too legit. Come on. Hey.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Oh, baby! We got some breaking news, baby. We got some breaking news, man. We do.
We answered. I talked stuff. I thought we had it. But it goes to show you who's a better team. And I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
I love my Eagles.
You gonna clap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the last fight they did?
Let's go Birds, fly Eagles, fly.
Damn.
Y'all let me know if y'all getting too tired of that one, and I will stop it when y'all tell me, man, hey, man, I'm getting too tired of that one, Lawman. Can you stop doing that one? And I will stop it. But if y'all want me to keep going with that one, let me know. Let me know. Let me get on up out of here, man. Let me slow it down, man.
Spartans! Prepare for glory!
Come on. Hey. 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 Yep.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out. Breathe you.
Never stop it, baby. Yeah.
Take a bite of my burger, babe.
Come on.
Save the last bite.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Ooh. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
Come on, baby.
You know it's dangerous to go alone.
It's danger, baby.
Don't let the street lights hit you.
Just check it in one more time for my guys over there. Why they cry?
Wherever you go, whatever you do.
bumping this in their 88 Cutlass. Shout out to the Monte Carlos.
And another one. I think you was the one I lost. 7 wonders all in one. All in one.
Oh, that bird got away. Got him.
All alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Could I be on? Play it too.
Hit that note for your boy, man. I follow. Come on, hit that note, y'all.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, play it
He needs some milk.
I want me some glory hole.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Look. On the real, me and your mama are getting real serious.
He ain't lying.
So it looked like I'm gonna be around here for a while. I ain't trying to be your daddy or nothing, but if you need some advice, feel free to talk to me.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to be.
When does that crack come into play?
DJ Law, baby. If you're watching and you have not hit that like nor share,
Shame. Shame. Shame.
just so I can, cause y'all know I can. I would do it just for that one little Eagles guy.
The answer, I talked stuff, I thought we had it. But it goes to show you who's a better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles, and I believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did?
Let's go, birds fly, Eagles fly, still Super Bowl champions.
Don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright.
Sing it to him.
Give a Sunday, yeah. Depend on you. If you're winning,
Sing him, Uncle Charles.
I know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday, yeah.
I'm about man this time, man.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough.
One love, man. If I offended anyone, charge it to my head and my beard, not my heart. We about. Salute.
Follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to be.